Hi and welcome. I just wanted to preface this video by saying that this is the second half of my wife and I's Create Mod series. It's a combination of 10 episodes that I've released individually over the past 3 months, and I'm releasing them all together now. If you haven't watched the first phase, I recommend doing that first, but I will say my editing has improved a lot since then, so it's completely up to you. But any hoozles, without further kazoo, enjoy the video. Hey guys, welcome back! This is episode 11 of the Create Mod world that I've been playing with my wife. You'll notice a couple changes, like the thumbnails, and achoo! Like these shaders. Wow. Is it just me or do those look like eyes? Just staring back at me. So this episode, we're building an experience farm, like my wife has been asking me for. But before I get interrupted, I do want to say... Alright, so here's the thing. Look at this tree farm. It's overflowing. It's all the things are full. It's ouch. It's all the logs. It's so full. It's just a waste. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pipe all these extra logs that we're not actively using. We're gonna pump those over somewhere over here. We're gonna have a building that will basically smelt all of our wood logs into charcoal. So we'll have a bunch of charcoal, infinite charcoal, charcoal to throw away, charcoal to bling bling like money. Use charcoal as toilet paper. And we'll be able to basically just be smelting these logs 24/7. And so then we'll be able to take the experience out of that and we're gonna have a great time. So first off, I'm gonna grab some materials that we're gonna need for it, and then we'll clear out a space and decide where we want to put the thing. Beautiful. Oh, that's so beautiful.
Watch out for invisible tigers, babe. Or was that the horse? That was my horse. I don't remember what I named him.
All right, so first off, I do think we need to expand this wood farm just a little bit. You know, because it's going to be running constantly. So we're going to be using like 6 logs every 10 seconds. Or 8 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and Emma's already kind of widened this. We're going to go ahead and put our, basically just double this. We're going to make another deployer and another saw just so it goes around and you get roughly twice as many trees. Also, I'm going to put a storage interface right here, and that'll allow us to automatically take the stuff out of here. So when this comes around, it's going to plug right into this, just like that, and it's going to dump a bunch of things in through here. So my plan is we're going to pull the contents over this way and kind of sort them out right here, and then we'll have our fancy charcoal burning area here inside of a like burnt tree stump. So that's going to be a neat aesthetic. We're going to go ahead and get started on that. As you can see, I've already cleared out a little bit of an area over here, and I'm just trying to figure out where exactly it's going to go. You're so glitchy, bro. Okay, the whole thing is like glitching out. So the conveyor belt with all the logs is gonna come in about here. So the first layer is gonna go right here, just like that. And I'm gonna do cascading waterfall of 2 layers of furnaces. I kind of worked out exactly how I want this to look, but I'm still going to have to figure out exactly how I want to fit everything together. Now I'm going to make a crap ton of these because I need a lot of them. Basically, everything that comes out of these furnaces will get picked up by these furnaces. So basically, the charcoal burned here will fuel these furnaces. So then anything that doesn't get picked up by these furnaces, I want to have a belt that basically picks up anything that these furnaces don't need. All right, I pop it over here. Just going to make a couple hoppers. Now, these furnaces feed these furnaces, and then whatever's left over plus these furnaces will all dump this way. So, now that we have this stage, we're also going to need to remember to fuel these furnaces, which we will do by blowing the leftover charcoal straight up, like up here, and go to this conveyor belt, and we'll use this andesite funnel. The fan will just blow it up one block, get sucked up by this funnel, and go right here, which is where these furnaces will start taking stuff in, which I need to flip around. Then once all those furnaces have taken stuff in, we'll just dump stuff into a barrel, and then that barrel will just feed into our chests via hoppers, just like that. So now we have everything hooked up, and we just need to bring the logs over here to get burned, and then hook everything up to power, and then we'll start decorating, I think. I'm gonna have these chutes, which basically act as hoppers, but they're easier to deal with. So we have these conveyor belts here. The chutes can pull from the other conveyor belts, and then these funnels will push down to these chutes, and so it'll be like nice falling charcoal effect. All right, we got the sun streaming in through the bamboo. We got all this set up, and if we put brass tunnels here, that makes it so that we can just have one input here, and then I'll split it up to both of them. You remember from the episode about the machine over here. All right, now everything is pretty much hooked up here, but I'd like to show you, this is where our electric motor is going to go. The problem with this machine is it's going to need a lot of speed, especially for this fan to be able to push the items up. But it's not going to need a lot of power. And if we turn up the speed on this electric motor, it's going to use a lot of electricity, and a lot of it's going to be wasted. So what we can use is a rotation speed controller, which I actually put this in the wrong spot. A rotation speed controller, which when we put a large cogwheel in, we are able to basically multiply the speed, or you can configure the speed, then basically is like a transmission in some ways. So I'm going to hook up this electric motor, and then we'll make sure everything's turning the right way and stuff, and then we'll hook up the logs. All right, this one's just a placeholder for now until we get the tree built, but hook that up, and it broke. All right, everything's turning in the right direction. Let's try turning up the speed to 100. There we go. And it's currently using not very much energy, so that's great. In fact, I can turn this down so it uses less energy, and it's still spinning plenty fast enough. All right, that's like the fastest stuff we've got going so far. That's glad that works. I'm going to work on getting at least the inside decoration done, because I want it to kind of look burnt inside, so I'm going to use some mud, probably some magma, but I'm just going to kind of put this together real quick. All right, it's done, and it looks nice and crisply burnt in here. I haven't done the floor yet. Hold on. Okay, so we're good. And I also made a nice room up here. This is where basically we can store our levels. You stand on this thing, it takes your levels, you spin the dial thing, and it pumps your levels into the fluid tank. And then when you want them back, you just stand under this nozzle and spin this. Waha! 9 levels. And then we do it all over again for fun. All right, so we got this nice burnt, crisp-looking exterior, or it's technically the interior, and then we're gonna cover up the exterior with logs and stuff like that to make it into like a tall stump of a dead burnt tree. It's gonna be great. Emma, I need to run to the store and grab a bucket of milk. You go ahead and get started on it, and I'll be back in to help you.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, ouch, ouch, ouch. Dang it, that's hot. Ow.
It's a zombie with a bamboo. We're going for a dead tree, but they look sad. Sad and naked and maybe afraid.
That's right. Butter.
More caring about like the lightness of the blocks to kind of create shadows and stuff like that. Oh, everybody wanted overhangs, but I think it looks good without them.
Okay, I'm back. Whoa, you got pretty far. Honey, I'm not sure I need to do anything. Man, I guess I got here just in time. All right, so the log is pretty much done. It's not the loggiest log in the world, but it'll do for now, and it's honestly going to be a work in progress. We're going to continue to just add more to it and touch things up as time goes on in the future, and when we see things that look like they need improving, and when we have time for them. So right now, I'm going to hook the rest of these things up. I'm going to put in the chest that will store the logs that we don't want to go to the charcoal maker, and then we'll just get it working. Oh, they haven't added cherry because we're in 1.19.
Oh, there's no cherry? Okay, I was like,
Yeah,
what
now
was
we
that?
only have 7 logs, I think. It's working! Look at that!
It's alive.
Wow! Okay, so basically here we have everything dumping in, all the logs come out. This chest fills up with logs. These are just placeholders for now, so we always have access to logs here that we can refill our storage with. This is everything else that's not logs. And then the saplings get dumped out and go into the composter that Emma's working on. And then it goes up there, it gets split, and we're up in here, all good. Now, in order to get the experience out of these furnaces, since they automatically pull the thing, it's going to be hard to catch the charcoal right here. So if I just put levers on all these furnaces, when I flick them, then it'll turn off the funnel that's attached to it. So then it won't immediately send the charcoal away. It's here. I can grab it. Boom, I get experience. And then I got to remember to flip the lever back on. But the only downside to this is if you walk too close, you pick up logs. Why is there a puzzle in the wall here? Unless mud dries out. I don't know. Whoa. Oh, I'm caught on the... Honey, help.
Where are you?
If you step on the belt, it like zooms you in and you're trapped.
Sucks you in.
Forever. Look at all the lugs going up like a charm. All right, so this build is pretty much completely done, other than whatever touch-ups we will do on the log as we go. Emma's already made some small improvements as I was finishing up other things. But the one thing I do kind of worry about is the fact that if this is running 24/7, it's going to be drawing power 24/7, which doesn't take a ton of power, but I don't go over here and check the battery levels and stuff very often. So everything here is fine, but I kind of would like to be able to be updated if there is a problem, if the batteries got dangerously low, or other things like that. So what I'm planning on doing is actually, I'm going to go down here, and on this wall right here, I'm going to make another computer. And it's not going to be too big of a screen, but it's kind of going to be like a message board with kind of a little bit larger text. And maybe we'll have some sound effects, because I know there's a speaker in the mod. And basically, we'll just have a message board here that'll alert us if anything is low or anything is full. And we'll just integrate it into our other factories. Right now, it's probably just going to be the battery and the fuel level from the power plant. But eventually, when we have plentiful resources, we can put computers right next to chests, and it'll tell us how full they are and stuff like that. So I'm going to need to build a bunch more monitors, which actually I might not build them, because I know if I go put a computer down in front of a villager, it gets a computer scientists. Like, that's a villager type. So I'm thinking if I go to a faraway village and I go just try to trade up, also in order for the computers to communicate remotely, so basically for that computer to send over here, we're basically going to need a modem. These are Ender modems. This means they have limitless range. These have limited range, but they are kind of hard to craft. So you can also trade for these. So I'm going to go see if I can fly and find a village that I can trade with a computer scientist in. And I'm going to take this fancy helicopter from the helipad, because we're fancy like that. Funnily enough, I ran out of emeralds. You know what? It's probably going to be easier to build one. Okay. Now I pick them up.
You got him.
And we can run.
You want more than one? Or you want more than that?
Nope. All right. So, yeah, see this podzol? It turned to podzol, honey. The mud turned to podzol. Is it when it's next to
Weird,
magma
okay.
or something? I don't know. But actually, Deep Slate works really good too.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, I agree.
So this has been running for over an hour, and it's actually used up all of our logs. Okay, so this is how much charcoal there is, and then I'm gonna flick off all of these levers, and if we manually feed it some logs here, I have 0 levels. I turned off all of the levers. I'm gonna see how much I get from about an hour of it running. 15 levels. 14. Just barely under 15. It's not too bad. If it goes for a long time, then it'll work. And then we can go up here, dump them all into this container. And I think Emma's goal is to fill it all the way up. Which is going to be a lot of work, but it's going to be fun.
It's going to be so much experience.
So I gathered all that I need for the computer and I put it here. And these modems, this one's going to go here. Just like that. Looks like a router. It's pretty neat. I'm going to put the other one on this computer.
Remember when Aaron almost peed her pants laughing at the sticky note you put on the closet door? Nobody to greet me.
All right, there we go. All systems nominal. And I won't test it right now, but basically if there's an error, then that'll go away and the error will show. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been a good episode. I feel like we got some good stuff done. But anyway, what I wanted to tell you was... Well, hello there, I'm a family guy. I just in here feeding the villagers in our non-functional villager breeder that isn't functional. Because you guessed it, we're gonna be building the trading villager thingy. It's not a hall because it's the create mod, so we're doing something different. It's a trading thingy, ba-ba-ba, a thing, a ba-ga-ba, a thingy, ba-ga-ga-ba-ga, a ma-ba. So, after building the villager breeder like so long ago, now we're finally going to get around to actually building the trading hall for the villagers. Like I said, it's not a trading hall. Babe, can we sleep? You know, we should probably add a speed controller to this contraption too, so that we're not like wasting electricity like we learned about last episode. But anyway, we're finally getting around to doing villagers. Since last episode, we basically made a giant XP farm, and now we need somewhere to spend that experience. So we're gonna spend it by smishing a bunch of books on all of our tools on an anvil. Yay. But anyway, lots of things can go wrong, so I'm probably going to mock it up in a creative world just to make sure everything works before I try to build it in the normal world.
Smushing books on things to make them better.
So let's go to the creative world in the sky. Whee! All right, so as you can see, I've popped over to a creative testing world. And wow, this thing's a beaut. Like, seriously, wow, it's so round and marvelous. But anyway, over here will be our interface where we can select exactly which villager we want by hitting this button, and then the computer will tell the motor over here exactly how far to turn. And I don't have that hooked up right now, but basically the villager will come along and here's the spot where you can trade. Ta-da! I wonder what would happen if I were to just speed it up a little. Oh yeah, that's so much more efficient. I'm really chuffed to bits about this whole...
Oh no, I'm gonna puke.
So, as you can see, I've already brought a power line all the way over here. And inside here, I've already made our carousel disc. And I've put all the beds and lecterns down because I'm very proactive and I totally didn't have recording mishaps. So I haven't exactly hooked up all of the electricity all the way into here yet because, for one, I don't have an electric motor in here yet, which I'm about to do, but I don't want to hook it up quite yet because I want to make sure and be able to turn it off with the computer before I go hooking it up willy-nilly, because then we're just going to be wasting electricity while we finish building it. But I'm going to go ahead and put these bearings and stuff in here so that we're ready to hook it up and go when the time comes. So basically the next thing I'm going to do before I put the villagers in here is I want to go ahead and hook it up to the computer, which will probably go like right here, just because I don't want something to go wrong and villagers to get killed. So that's what I'm going to work on next. So funny story, half of our tree trunk thing is gone.
Babe, the tree.
Where did what? Emma started working to put it back together, but I think what happened was there was a tree that grew large enough to connect with one of these logs, and when it chopped down, it just took all the logs with it. So we're gonna have to figure out a way to remedy that. But Emma's just gonna fix that. Funny thing, it's like right when I want to use the XP farm, it breaks. All right, so in order to figure out exactly where I want the computer to go, I think I need to kind of design a little bit of the interface here, just so that I know how everything fits together, and then we'll be able to... Do I hear dying noises? And then we'll know how to fit everything together. All right, so I made this nice little kind of picture frame thing where the villager will like come in, it'll be here, you can trade with him, and then he'll leave, and he'll go through the picture basically. So you won't be able to be like look back and see through everything. And I did find out in the testing world that basically if this is a solid block, then the villager will get slightly not friendlied by it. All right, so this is how it turned out. We got our nice little pocket in here. It's just fully enclosed, and then on this side you can see the ring of villagers will just kind of slide in through the painting. That's a really loud iron golem, and then it'll just rotate around all the way. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna hook up this motor, so I'm gonna use this networking cable. All right, so I'm gonna hook this up to basically wire it all the way over. I'm gonna dig out this hole, and it's gonna go all the way. I should probably fill this in. It's gonna go all the way over to the computer. That'll basically connect the motor just like if it were right next to the computer.
I took a picture of the suffering of a baby zombie, and it pleases me.
All right, I got the computer and everything all hooked up to the network, and now I'm going to start the programming. I have finished, brethren, for behold, take in the awe. All right, I have 10 slots here for different villagers. So I go to villager 1, it rotates around, and you can't see anything, but if I rotate, we have a couple guests here. There's Black Cat, and here's Bat, just because they randomly got caught by the seats. And you hit the button, and it rotates around to the right seat, and then also I have this label at the top that basically reminds you which one you're at and tells you when it's rotating. So that's pretty neat. It's rotating around to Black Cat right now. And then when you're all finished and you want to send them back to their workstation so they can refresh their trades and stuff, you hit I'm done. It goes rotating all the way back around, and then it locks back into place. Nixie's, these are called Nixie tubes. There's basically a type of display. And they're locked in. And I had to take off the one that was right here and the one that was right here, because I have to set it to where it places back as a real object when it's close to its initial angle, and these two were too close to their initial angle. So we have 10 slots. That is Really cool. Now I need to start putting the villagers in. Alrighty, fellas, step right on up. Tori, you're next. Come on over. There you go. Welcome to Joyride number 1. How would you like the limited lifetime opportunity to be a librarian for life? What do you say? Too bad. Sir, that was not an option. This is proving a little bit more difficult than I thought, so I'm gonna raise the ceiling a little bit so that it's easier to get them to stand on top of this thing. All right, Tori is in the seat and has a terrible trade, so time to do the loop. Curse of Vanishing. Nope. Bookshelf. Nope. Punch 1. Nope. Projectile Protection 3. Nah. Bookshelf. Nope. Bookshelf. Nope. Riptide 3. Nope. Bookshelf. Nope. Serpent Charmer. No. Potato Recovery. Nope. Lure. Nope. Curse of Vanishing again. Nope. Mending! Whoa, that didn't take long. Holy moly. I don't have any emeralds to lock that in. Run. 2. Crapatoodle. All right, quick. I need to make a Fletcher table. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Somebody, please. Heck no, come on. Just give me sticks. Got it. That's crazy. That was crazy. Next. Ooh, power 5. Hey Siri, what's the highest level of protection in Minecraft? I'm seeing a lot of enchantments for a straddle board. Yeah. Stradolite and netherite. It's from Alex's mobs. I guess, is it like a skateboard kind of like a hoverboard? That would be interesting, but I'm not going to get any enchantments for it until we know what it is, at least. Ask her if we want Aqua Affinity Villager. Okay, so I just found a second person that's selling mending, and it's like 1/4 of the price. So I kicked this guy out, and I think I'm just going to use him for breeding. And I'm going to keep this one. There's a third mending book. Oh my goodness, what is going on? Ooh, I got looting. Yeah, I'm keeping that one. No, Sherry, you stupid Sherry, man. Oh, I got sharpness 5. Okay. Oh my goodness, how many mending books am I gonna find? Efficiency 5! Oh yeah! You're kidding. Kill the cockroaches. Bye-bye, cockroach. Come on, Bill, grow up. Be a big boy. Bill! 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 There you go, Bill. Just sit right there. Now, Bill, would you like a job? Mending, Bill! Bill! That's an oversaturated market! See, the problem with this right now is there's so many more enchantments than, like, because of, like, the Alex's mobs and stuff like that. So I'm having even less of a chance trying to get this last one. Come on, Bill. You got this, Bill. I just need fortune. I accidentally hit him, so he's not super happy with me. Come on, Bill, just forgive me. Oh, thank the Lord. Oh, I've been here for so long. We're good. We are golden. We are good and golden. Thanks, Bill. Thank you for your business. Even though you're mad at me. All right, everybody's locked in and put some lanterns up. We got all sorts of good enchantments here. And then I put 3 Fletchers here for us to trade our sticks. And now I need to go basically put all the names into the computer. Some of these are like getting really close to the character limit. All right, ladies and gents, we are done. Look at this: mending, power, looting, efficiency, sharpness, unbreaking, fortune, and 3 Fletchers. Oh my, that's been a good amount of work. I'm gonna go empty my inventory, and I'm gonna go grab a bunch of sticks and trade for emeralds. But man, you guys, thanks so much for watching. This was actually a fun episode to make. I love it when things work the way that you want them to. Because that's always nice. That's how the world is meant to be, you know? It's not how it is. But so anyway, guys, thanks for watching and have a great day.
They're gossiping, babe. Gossiping about Kimberly's nose. Well, joke's on them. They all have the same nose. Ababara.
Abracadabra.
Hey, that sounds like a villager name.
I got a stinking door camper. Hi, Bill. Nice to see you again. I'm just looking for a Fletcher. Thanks. You know that feeling you get when you're looking through all your chests trying to find some cobblestone, but like it was underneath your nose like the entire time? Yeah, we really need to fix that. Because last episode when I was building the villager trader, I was really inconvenienced and having a rough time going in between all these chests and all those chests and then these chests over here. And I was just really inconvenienced by our current storage system. So we're gonna build a new one right through over here. We're gonna dig out here and we're gonna make a lot of storage. It's gonna be amazing and epic and oh look, here's some cobble. Okay, so initially I thought that this episode would be super easy to make because, you know, all I have to do is put a filter on each chest and we're good to go. But I realized that that was very vanilla-y, and plus I would need about this many chests because you can only have one type of item per chest, and even for the things you only have a little bit of. So we need to solve that problem by combining a couple things into each chest. But there's still a problem with this because even though we have all the things that we need filtering down through, there's nothing to say, you know, when you take out some red concrete that it doesn't refill because the thing that's feeding through is jammed packed full of other stuff that I'm not using. So, and then even furthermore, if I take an entire stack of something, there's nothing to stop it from filling with white. So on this whole endeavor, I surrender. So my solution obviously is computers, yay! Basically, we'll have bulk storage. Giant item vaults is basically can make a giant, like 3x3x9 chest that can hold like 10,000 items. And basically, we'll have that hooked up to the conveyor belt, so things will dump into that. You know, we'll have a couple of them, and then the computer will basically detect what's in here and sort out and put into small chests things that we can access. And it'll remember which slot is which, so even if we take everything out, then it won't start filling up with something else. So, yippee! Okay, so for this episode, we're gonna need a crap ton of iron sheets. So I'm just gonna grab a couple stacks of iron and get them started on the press. Honestly, I kind of need to speed this up because this is gonna be a really tedious process if we have to wait super long for this still. So I'm going to find a way to speed that up.
So I went to the carousel and I got some Fletchers and I gave them some sticks and I got some emeralds and I went to the other guy and I got me some fortune. And now we can finally we got 76. Whee.
So essentially we need like 65 million iron sheets. It's going to take like 85 million years. So I went ahead and switched out some of these deployers, or all three of these deployers, for mechanical presses. And so now I can just toss these iron ingots onto the conveyor belt, and off they go. So while these guys are going, something I noticed was we're using a lot of jetpack just to jump out of this hole. So what I think I'm gonna do is gonna put down one of these weighted ejectors, and it takes a while to charge here, But basically, once it does charge, then I can stand on top of it and get launched right up to the top without having to use any jetpack other than just to land up here on this thing. So,
Babe, I have wanted to call an episode Catapult, and we're missing out on the catapult.
all these things are still going, so I'm gonna go get started on digging out the hole. I know I want it to be kind of right here, right through here. So we're gonna have this alleyway, this alleyway, this alleyway, and then our storage area. So I'm still using an iron pickaxe, which is kind of stupid because we just got enchantments and everything, but I'm just too lazy to go make one. I'll have to have my wife do it at some point.
Your wife has 2 pickaxes because she's not lazy.
I like to do this because then I could just kind of chat while I do it, you know?
Because it's more painful.
Yeah, I love the paint. No.
If you love the paint, then you should check out my new painting.
Gotta go check on the iron. All right, so this is how deep it's gonna be for now. We might have some miscellaneous chests at the end. But basically what I'm thinking is this area right here is going to be like where we deposit our items. And then from kind of here on, oh, I can see through the world there a little bit. We'll have chests along this wall and chests along this wall. And then behind all the chests, there'll be those giant vaults that you saw. Dang. This is kind of a little bit buggy. It might be my shaders or something. All right, this is like general room shape, but I gotta go check on the iron again. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, and this is roughly what our chest layout is gonna look like. Now I do need to dig out behind these for our computer network wiring to go on the back of all these chests. And I haven't even mentioned the whole area we're gonna need to dig out for the vaults. So I'm just gonna be doing a little bit of digging for a little bit. Yay, the iron's done. Look at this entire loadout of all of our ingredients for the vault. Oh my goodness. Here we go. We're gonna craft it right now. Boom. 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 Ladies and gents, that is quite a few item vaults there. Okay, for now, I'm just going to put all these vaults into this first chest here. And I want to go ahead and dig out. My plan is, I feel like I say that a lot, but my plan is chutes are going to go here. You'll be able to dump into them. And then they'll come down here, and you'll be able to see through the glass in the floor your items go along, which is going to kind of be fun, but... You have an arrow in your eyeball, honey. Are you okay? You got something in your eye.
No,
Let me help you out there. Let me help you out there. Tell the truth as I'm falling for you. Boom, down, boom, ding, down, boom, down, boom, down. All right, so lucky for us, we don't need an advanced computer because we're not really gonna have a screen or anything. This is kind of gonna be working behind the scenes. So I might upgrade it later, but I'm not going to worry about doing that now. And then I'm going to go ahead and just hook up a surface level of all of these vaults so that I can get some programming done while I still have some brain power. And then we'll come back to digging the rest of it out and making the vaults bigger and making this look more aesthetic at a later time. Okay, guys, so paused from my recording of all of the programming where my brain is working really hard. The message board that we made like 2 episodes ago came really in handy because it said the battery was really low. And so I came over here and I found out that some of these diesel engines were broken and had despawned. So it wasn't, wasn't strong enough. Like 2 diesel engines isn't strong enough to power the alternators. So it was using up fuel, but it wasn't charging the battery. And the battery was just slowly drained below 20%. And so I just combined these. I think just two will be fine for now. until I can get this working again. And I may add to this power plant in the future, as far as maybe that's something we can use our charcoal for, is to burn for fuel as well. It would need a slightly different engine, but we can kind of expand this and make more reliable energy by having different sources. But anyway, I'm going to show you the error popped up down here. It says, warning, main battery below 20%. All systems otherwise nominal. I love this program. I don't know. It's just, it worked. It just worked. And it's funny. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. After a long and tedious programming session, I have put in 32 item vaults in this vault here. And here they should go to this slot. I have not tested this yet. I'm going to run the super storage program, and I get an error. Hold on. All right. Easy fix. And now, maybe it takes a while to go through everything. I'll get back to you when it changes.
2 hours later.
Okay, so it hasn't done anything. So I'm going to terminate that and just do a few tests. I'm not done yet. Hold, just give me a minute. Do da do da do. Do da do da do do da do. Oh yeah, by the way, while we wait, look at this excellent job that my wife did decorating this down here inside. Basically we'll have glass over here, and this is just our packed full storage aesthetic. These chests don't have anything in them, and they're really just for show, or are they? Okay, so in theory, if my hypothesis was correct, this should work. So after I run the search function, I'll print, so it does get out, and something calls it again. Oh, the coding process. Do-da-do-da. Ah! What you doing, fool? No, don't you dare step on my crops. Nor you. Nor thy. Dang it, what is going on? I will find it if it's the last thing I do. I'll get it eventually, guys, I promise. Guys, I stinking misspelled the stinking thingy. Does that fix it? Does that one stinking letter fix it? Okay, let's go through this step by step. Oh, okay, this is a big problem. I need to have content.name in there. I still don't know why it's looping, but I think this will fix the problem. So it got in, and it found the thing. It's going to finish checking the rest of the vaults. But it should let it through to chest number 3, is what I'm hoping. Oh, I stinking misspelled the print. Final thing. Please. Please be final thing. And hallelujah! Oh, it worked. It pulled the vaults. Oh, that's why it was looping again. Because now it's searching to fill this one. But it worked! Yeah! Yeah, who's the master programmer now? All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and dig out the rest of the item vault area behind here to put down all of these. And then I'm gonna get my wife, and we're going to decide where everything goes in these chests. I just realized that me digging all this out is going to make it take a lot longer for it to filter through everything. But that's okay. That's okay. It'll just be working a lot. Okay, watch this. It's really satisfying. Okay, a little bit of an issue there. Okay, come on. Come on. Just let me have my moment. That's a lot of storage. Ladies and gentlemen, the big reveal. Oh, look at this fancy storage room we got. We got wood and trees. We got stone and friends. We got dirty and planty. We got mob drops and treasure. We got nether and nether co. We got unsorted and unwanted. We got ore and metal. We got dyes and decorations. We got mechanical and components. We got tables and trading. We got food and fridge. And we got junk and miscellaneous. So, as you can see, there's already some things in the vaults. And I have the thing turned off with this lever. I have the whole system turned off so I can show you. All the slots are saved and everything with the computer. The program isn't running yet, but we will try that soon. Also, I made this where you can put in your deposits here and they'll go out and through. But I also made a backpack thing here that basically it has this filter on it. So say your backpack is chock full of junk, but you want to keep your tools and stuff for your tool swapper upgrade thing. So what I did was I made a filter so that when I put this on here, it drops everything but that stuff. So right now it's a little full and clogged because I haven't turned it on, but here we go. Okay, so all of our items come in this way, and then they end up coming in through here and get dumped onto this conveyor belt, where they go along here and go through all the filters, and the filters decide if any of the blocks are not sorted. And if we don't have a slot for them, then they'll come to this chest here. Just by, if they make it all the way to the end of the conveyor belt, they get dumped onto the bottom one. There's one back here you can't really see. And it goes back here and then dumps into the chest here. And then, so if it does dump onto this conveyor belt, then it goes and supplies into this item vault, which dumps into this item vault, which dumps into this item vault, which dumps into this item vault. So it just kind of cascades through. That way we don't have a bunch of half full things. And then that vault, you see the conveyor belt down here. It goes from the far conveyor belt, it carries it all the way over here and dumps it into this one. And then this one dumps into the middle one, and then the middle one dumps into the first one. So everything should go, this one should fill up first, and then these two, and then this one will fill up, and then these will fill up, and this will be the last one to fill up. So that's pretty much everything. I'm going to turn on the program, and it'll start sorting the stuff out. Super storage! Yeah, the skeleton in the closet has a little bit of animation. It's a little bit creepy.
I like that.
Anyway, guys, thanks for sticking around and watching. This was really fun to make. Honestly, it's so satisfying to have everything organized and laid out. Emma was saying earlier that she's never had her inventory this clean. It's nice to finally be able to breathe and have a nice clean inventory here. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and if you like this video, check out some of my others and watch the next video in the series. I have a couple things planned for the next couple episodes because there's a lot of stuff we need to get done. But I really need to get that gold farm because we don't have very much gold. So that's something that I need for computer things and integrating a lot of stuff, and eventually this series I might implement some. Have a great day! Dear Gold Farm, from 6 episodes ago, that never really worked. I regret to inform you. You're broke, you're old, you make no gold, you're fat, you're useless, and your designer was stupid. So, you're being repurposed and replaced. Sincerely, Cold. Like I said last Minecraft Create Mod episode, gold is something that we do not have a lot of, but it is something that we use every single time we want to make advanced monitors or advanced computers, that show color, or precision mechanisms and stuff like that. So it's going to be useful to have a farm that actually works. So I've popped over to my creative world to show you how this is going to work, because there's quite a few moving parts. So buckle your biscuits, because it's going to be a lot really fast. We start with a cobblestone generator that makes cobblestone, and we mine that automatically with a drill, and then throw the cobblestone into a grinding wheel, which makes it into gravel, and then throw it in again, which makes it to sand. And then we wash that with a fan and water, and that turns into a chance for clay balls, which we pound into clay blocks, and then we smelt that to terracotta, and then we grind that to red sand. We wash it once again, and we get gold nuggets, which we can then put together into whatever gold that we need. But this isn't just a gold farm, actually, because I'm going to go ahead and like scrape off the top of some of these and basically have a chest next to each of the stages and just collect some cobblestone, gravel, sand, clay, and terracotta on the side, just so that we have a supply of those. We don't really need red sand or clay balls because red sand's basically the same as... All right, so first off, I'm going to need to gather all the components that we're going to need, and I've made this handy-dandy checklist with a clipboard that basically has a checklist of all of the components that we'll need. So I'll work on gathering these, and then I'll get right back with you. All right, I think I got everything I need, so let's just go find a place to put this thing for now. Do I want to put it next to the iron farm? I'm not sure. Like, it could go, like, in this area, or we could establish, like, a new area, maybe, like, back in here. All right, I feel like the gold can go next to the iron. Like, that's logical. So let's see what we can do with this space. I might need to dig out a bit, but we'll figure it out. I want to see if I can kind of go vertical with it, because I like the idea of it kind of filtering down top to bottom. I'm thinking... I just want to see how tall this is going to be. So if I have cobblestone being generated here, and then it falls into the crushing wheels. So then after that, this is sand. They fall down, they get washed. I like this idea. If I put a basin here, this is here. Dang, this is difficult. Put the fan here, the lava there. Hold on, it's gonna be difficult to keep the lava in. This can be a little bit further back. At this point, it will be terracotta, which can then be ground again. All right, experiment time. Yeah, I think you can crush with just 3, like, crush here and then move around and crush here. So I only need 3 crushing wheels instead of 4. Okay, time to redesign. Taking apart everything. But then how do I get it back? Oh, and that's not gonna... I can't, like... Okay, I gotta do a little bit more creative testing. Hold on. Okay, so first of all, I want to figure out if these grinding wheels can grind up like this. Oh, it worked. Oh, that's so cool. And I'm gonna see, can I... If I make it a brass funnel here with a filter, and then I move this down. Okay. That's promising. Okay, so I think I've made some progress. We've got an upper set of crushing wheels, which immediately goes into another set of crushing wheels. But we have a third on this side so that it can go back up, I think. So we got cobblestone, goes into gravel, goes into sand. Oh, I was wrong. I need a third fan, because I got a wash and then a smelt and then another wash. So originally I thought I was going to make this stackable so that I could expand it. I was trying to make it 1 wide. But I'm realizing this is going to have enough capability to do plenty that I need. I can just make more cobblestone generators, and that'll fix a lot of any problems. So I think I'm going to prioritize being able to pull from each stage rather than having peak efficiency. But I think I figured it out. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to dig this a little deeper and rotate it. So taking everything apart again. 3rd time's the charm. Nope, I changed my mind. Okay. I think I like this. And I have kind of an idea what I'm doing. This is my final placement. I need to hook everything up to power and set up the fans. Hello, sir. I must ask you a question. Oh, I also need to set up these filters as well. Okay, I should probably do that first so I don't forget. Actually, wait, before I do the filters, I should check and make sure that I have everything. And I didn't forget something because that wouldn't be the first time. Up here will be cobblestone, and then through here will be gravel, and then sand, and then it'll get washed to clay balls, and then clay blocks will come out. They will get furnaced or blast furnaced by lava into terracotta, which will be ground by this going up, which is pretty cool. So then red sand will be up here, and then this fan will wash the red sand and we'll get gold. Cool. Okay, now I need to connect everything up to power, and then I'll work on the cobblestone generator, and we'll just keep on chucking. Just keep on going. I don't know why I said that. Crouch and spin the can crank.
Danger zone. Danger zone.
All right, thank you.
That's it?
Yep. I just had to verify that this fan was spinning the right way, but it was hard to see and crank at the same time. My jetpack's dead. I gotta walk home like a Neanderthal. All right, so I think I have everything mostly hooked up, and I put the cobblestone generator up here. It's kind of ugly right now, but that's okay. Right now, the whole thing is using way too much power to just test with a hand crank. So I'm just guessing that everything is rotating the right way. I'm fairly certain about the stuff down here. The only thing is if this belt is going to be turning the right way, but that's fairly easy to fix. You put larva in there, and water in there, and water. Excuse me. No. And water in there. This lava's protected because the funnel like blocks you can't fall in, so that's pretty nice. Oh, I forgot. I need to hook up because the fans are going to need to spin really fast. Oh, does this work? Can I just put it? Is it perfect? Did it work out? Does it? Oh, that's hallelujah right there. Look at that. Just fits perfectly. Okay, I got to make it go full speed. All right, so I should find a good spot for the motor. For right now, I'm going to cut off the drills so it doesn't actually start going. There's already a telephone pole right here. Oh, I forgot. I need a filter right there. Don't let me forget that. Right direction, right direction, right direction, right direction, right direction, wrong direction, right direction. That is going to use a lot of power, especially going constantly. Let's see, 180 energy units per tick. And this holds... Okay, so it's not too terrible. Okay, but for some reason, these generators keep breaking. I have to go get my spare generator. I am not sure why that does that. But that makes me kind of want to change over to charcoal, and then this can be backup or something like that. I did grab an extra mechanical press, just in case we want to automate turning the nuggets into ingots. Yeah, we could do that pretty easy. Yeah, I'll do that as after everything's working. All right, throw gearbox in there, and now I need to set up the system to be able to pull out the byproducts that we want, like the sand and gravel and things. Okay, so somehow I'm going to have these chests here, an andesite funnel right there. So that will basically grab stuff as it falls down from this crushing wheel to that one, if it's not powered. So that's the key here. So I gotta find a spot that I can fit a lever. You know what I could do? Okay, so if I try barrels here, if I put a barrel on that and a lever, that works. Okay, so I've got one for cobblestone, for gravel, and for sand. I'm going to skip clay and terracotta for now because we have no need for those, as well as we have a lot of clay just around our base. And so if we ever do need that, then it'll be pretty easy to implement. So, and then all of our gold nuggets will come out right here. All right, ladies and gents, I think that might be it for now. I'm going to flick on these 3 levers so that those things aren't picking up stuff yet. And let's test this baby out. And I forgot I added the mechanical press, so let's turn it up a little bit more. 98, 100, 103, 105. I think it's exponential. That's my problem. If I turn it all the way up, it still doesn't work. All right, I'm making a large cogwheel and a small cogwheel just to see if that is the problem. If I can fix it by down gearing it a little bit. All right, we have power and we have problems. Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. Issue is this is just getting stuck there. How to fix? I might just need to find a different system for this part. Okay, let's test it without those. Okay, it's spitting something out. Okay, I'll just need to do a little bit of redesigning, and that is part of the process. Test number 2. Where does the red sand go? Tell me truly. All right. Pound it. Nog it. See ya. All right, this one is currently crushing it. I'm going to stand back so I don't accidentally pick it up. I accidentally picked it up. All right. Throw those on there. They get shoved into the block, apparently. Why aren't they getting accepted into the brass funnel? I can see you right there. You're a gold nugget. Come on, go in. Okay. All right. Turn it off again. Time to revamp. Okay, gotta wait for the next red sand to pop up here. Whoa, what was that? Yeet. Okay. All right. I'm narrowing down the problem. Still gets yeeted out. So what if we just have a cap right here? Like, I'm guessing it's because crushing wheels aren't really supposed to be upside down, like where they're spitting stuff up. And so I'm guessing it's just since the crushing wheels are quote unquote moving so fast, it's kind of throwing it up in the air. So I'll put that block there and see if that helps. And I also want to see what happens when, because there's also a chance instead of gold nuggets for it to be a dead bush. I want to see what happens if it clogs up. I'm learning as much as you guys right now, or maybe you probably already know more. I am going to put a trap door here and see if that works, just because I think it looks nicer. Because I'm all about that aesthetic. This is really optimistic gold storage right here, honestly. Oh my goodness, guys. I have switched this up so many times. I want to go to bed. How did the stinking cobblestone get there? Turntable uses rotational force to create motion sickness? Okay. Okay. That worked. Now I'm going to put this back, but that also means I have to move this for a 4th time. 1400th time. Our first gold ingot. There we are. Look her there. All right, it's working. It's working. It is working, and it works all the way. And it doesn't not work. It's functional. I think I want to kind of make it look a little bit nicer, because the cobblestone's not a great look, honestly. I'm thinking maybe some kind of darker stone. All right, ladies and gents, I think that is a complete build. Oh my, that is beautiful. I may add some more touch-ups here and there, but I always like to leave little stuff for me to do just so that if I'm waiting for something, I can mess around and add to or whatever little things. But here we've got sand. Apparently I polished deep slate on accident. Here we got gravel, and then at this top one, oops, we got cobblestone. So basically the lever above the barrel is the one you flick on if that's what you want to fill up, and you can't really do multiple at a time because the top one will just take all of it. But then look down here, we got 3 gold ingots already, which it's not particularly fast, but it works all the time, and that's all I need. So if I really, I don't want it to be overpowered, I just want it to kind of be passive. If it's overpowered, then the game isn't really fun anymore. If I really need that much gold, I can go to the nether and go farm for some. It's not the end of the world. But anyway, up here, if we're running low on power, I can just come in here and hit that with my wrench, and everything will turn off. So, oh, and look how beautiful this is. It has 0 wasted stress units. I am so impressed with myself. Actually, it actually gives you an achievement. Here, let me see if I can find it in chat. Yeah, Colby Thunder has reached the goal perfectly stressed. That is satisfying. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be AFK for a little bit, and I'm going to try to stock up on some gold, just kind of time it, see how long it takes, and then I'll make a thumbnail. That's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm just going to turn on my cinematic camera here on accident, but just line up in the stars. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great day. I'm going to put my stuff away. Hey, babe.
What?
What's your favorite food?
Mac and cheese.
What? No. You're supposed to say pizza. Go memorize your lines. We are moving to a new spot. We're not gonna live in the hole any longer. We're going to live in a pizza box. It's gonna be really cool. There's gonna be a pizza inside of the box. Hey, it looks like we have some guests. Hi, guys. But anyway, guys. When we first episode when we moved in to this witch hut here, and we said we were gonna remodel it, and that never really happened. Well, I have an idea. We're moving. We're gonna put it right here on this island, so it's a little bit more, not quite central, but more important than down in the hole, So I'm over here on the island, and I'm thinking I want this square pizza box to take up 4 chunks. And in order for it to kind of look nice and be only in the 4 chunks and not offset, we're going to need to do a little bit of terraforming around here. But we'll probably do that after we get at least the basic shape down. And I'm just going to put down some temporary waypoints on the corners of where the build is going to be, so that we can kind of visualize it a little bit easier. And so now if I fly up, you can kind of see waypoint, 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 waypoint. The majority of the structure is going to be made out of concrete, just because something that's easy to make in mass quantities and has basic colors. So what I need to do is I need to make sure that my gravel and my sand on our gold farm from last episode is actually filling up.
Cooking it up.
So anyway, I need to have a lot of sand and gravel because I did a little bit of math. I think we're going to need 30 stacks of just the white concrete, which is going to be the color of the box. And then we'll put some other colors in it and graphics, and then to actually build the pizza. Something that, you always hear other Minecrafters complain about is having to sit there and turn concrete powder into concrete and just how long it takes to do that. But luckily, I have the luxury of living with the Create mod. So we're going to make a little machine that's going to do that process for us automatically. So that way we won't have to spend forever just mining stinking concrete. Okay, and so how we're going to do that is we're going to go ahead and set up our chamber here to basically convert the powder into concrete. We're going to stick our water bucket in here. Our sand will fall into this slot. And then, oh, I forgot to make a drill. And then we put our drill right there like that. And then we'll connect that up with a deployer here facing downwards, please. We're going to throw a couple chests down here. And Emma's already put together some white concrete powder. So I'm going to put that filter there. And then I'm going to actually, this is kind of smart. Instead of having to power the deployer and the drill and like have a system that'll collect it after it breaks, what we can do is remember those minecart contraptions that we had from the day when we did the netherrack and netherite stuff? Well, we can use one of these and make this tiny little thing a contraption. I gotta glue it all together first. Then when I put the minecart in here and power it, it becomes a contraption. And oh, I think it needs to be moving. Do I need to scrap this whole thing? And that turned into a disaster. Okay, please undo. So instead of that, my genius mind has decided to repurpose the tree farm. And
Achoo!
look at that. Now we have the thing that goes around and makes the concrete. Ta-da! So I'll just leave that going. We can fill in, give it whatever concrete we need, and it'll just be doing it passively. Tree farm will just not be operational for temporarily, but that's okay. So while we're waiting on that, my wife's gone ahead and started to terraform this area a little bit. We're trying to kind of build it out to this waypoint so that we have the complete square for our thing. And it's looking really good, babe. So rough dimensions, I'm going to kind of mark out with what we have so far. Corner, corner, corner. Wait a second. Is this lobster half red and half blue? Corner. I keep thinking that green block is a turtle, stinking Enderman placing stuff everywhere. But as you can see on the map, we have our square laid out, so it's gonna be fairly large. And then the pizza box is gonna be open, so there's gonna be like a big flap up here in the sky, 30 lux tall, which is gonna be interesting. But this is looking good so far. I'm excited. This is a really, really big project. I really haven't done a lot of aesthetic stuff, but I would love to be able to. And so I'm trying to practice, learn how to do color theory and stuff like that, but why did you do that? I turned my jetpack. Oh, yep, and it's dead. I turned my jetpack off because it was almost dead. So I'm up here on the top of the pizza box lid, and I put this little tabby thing in here that they, normally use to like open and close, like a little finger holder thing, to get a grip on to open the pizza box. But it kind of doesn't look that great. I mean, you know what it is, and it's functional and it looks cool, but I need to figure out a way to kind of shade it, if I make it darker in the inside, or I don't know if I want to put like the inside be like cardboard color, because that would make the entire thing too thick. Oh, okay, okay, so I think I have an idea. So you know how there's the copycat stuff, and there's these things that are boards, and so maybe I can just basically use the boards to kind of change the color of one side of the block and make it a little bit thicker, but That's actually pretty good. We're gonna need a crap ton of zinc though if we want to do the entire inside of this. It's like 1,000 blocks? What's 32 times 32? So I don't know if we'll do that all at once, but this is a big project. This is gonna take a little bit. Oh, I forgot my jetpack's off. So next I need to lay out kind of just the main circle for the pizza that's gonna go around here. We don't have all the floor leveled out yet, but I do know that the height of our pizza is not going to be very tall, so our house is kind of going to be more underneath of the pizza. And so for now, I'm just going to kind of make a ring, and we'll just kind of alternate back and forth from working on the pizza and working on the box. All right, there's our circle. And you might be thinking to yourself, hey, that doesn't look very good. Well, achoo! Ugh. See, and now it looks quite like a little bit of bread. And we got spruce logs, jungle logs, and oak logs here. They're all stripped and kind of makes it look like, you know, this side of the pizza is a little more well done than that side of the pizza. And it just kind of looks great. I like the way it looks on the map, and it just kind of transitions. And I'm pretty proud of it. So what I really need to do now is start filling in some of the sides of the box here and figure out how I want to do the shading. I really have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to shading. So there's going to be a lot of trial and error. So I said so way too much. So all right, so our pizza box is looking pretty boxy. Hey, mister. Give that back. That concrete is mine.
And now, our feature presentation
of Colby singing random songs while thinking, in association with Please Don't Copyright Me Entertainment.
Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. Floats so far. Gloria floats so Hiya. No. So anyway, you can see how. Oh my goodness. You can see how I've put in a little bit of these like reds. Put in a little bit of these red squares. So basically, you know how the pizza boxes, like the mom and pop the the mom and pop pizza box.
Yeah.
Do you know how the mom and pop pizza boxes, you know, have this kind of a pattern on it sometimes, like the Italian Mamma Mia stuff? And then over here, I've kind of tried to see if I can work out a little bit of how I want the crust to look. It's a little bit thick looking in some places. But and then these are copycat stairs, which look really cool. And I like being able to have like the jungle stripped log stairs. The only problem is on the map they look gray, just because like that's the color of the copycat block things. And then over here, I'm experimenting a little bit with the boards, which basically will allow me to make one side of this look different. So I think this is how I'm going to achieve a little bit of cardboard look. But we'll see. Go away and never come back. It's starting to look pretty good. I'm getting hungry. So I finished the crust, and I think I like the way it looks. We'll see any final decisions that we have to make when the pizza's actually in the inside. But now I think I'm going to start working on the graphic that's kind of going to go here for the front of the pizza box. Just kind of figure out placement And you guys will see what it looks like. All right, I finished the front picture, and I have not seen it from far away yet. I haven't looked at it, so it could be really, really bad. But here we go. Oh, dude, that's pretty good. I don't know if I like the white, big splotches of white, so I might change some of that out for at least an off-white or something different, just because it looks like there's holes in the pizza. But dang, the further away it is, the better it is. So basically all I did was I just copied this pizza diavola slice. So it's pretty good. I might throw some orange in there. And I think I made it one too high, so I'll have to move everything down. But I like the way it looks. I love it. All right, so we made some progress. I put in some of these little ear thingies so that when the box closes, it like tucks in. And my wife is working on filling in the rest of that stuff. Basically, these will be like a color of cardboard, and then that'll make it so that it doesn't show the design on the backside. The crust is done. My wife filled in some of this so that we're able to work on that soon. Right now, I'm going to go collect some more resources so that we can keep working on the pizza. So I have begun work on the pizza, and it doesn't look that great. I'll admit, I don't exactly know how to fix it, but I will keep trying. Just an update, the pizza is almost done. I'm starting to add a little bit of green bits in here and there. And we filled out the rest of these panels, but I still haven't thought of a good block to color it. But if you go like way over here, you can't see through the grates as much, and it looks pretty good. I like it. All right, so as you can see, I've pretty much finished the pizza, as well as coated everything in these copycat board things. And I'm actually pretty excited because I found these chip wood block, which looks just like this corrugated cardboard, which is kind of what the pizza box is made out of. So I'm really excited, and it's really cheap. Like basically I can grind pretty much any type of wood, and it makes a bunch of these wood chips that I can turn into this chipwood block. Oh, look at this light streaming in through. Look at our cardboard. It doesn't look as good at up close, but if I go further away, like right here, that is some cardboard right there. That is cardboard.
It's amazing.
Okay, so I really like how all this turned out, but before we start working on like the courtyard in these areas and the internals of our new home, I would like to actually work on adding a little bit more to the outside detailing, and I have a plan for what we want to do with the door that you will see revealed shortly. Dun, 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 dun. Uh-oh. So I really like how this kind of turned out. And, you know, it's pretty clear that, hey, look, it's pizza. But I want to be a little bit more clear. We need to, like, tell people what is inside this box. But we need, like, words to make sure that people coming and visiting from this direction know what it is. We need to have our brand name and then our slogan, and we got to fit this in our Minecraft font. So I'm just going to go with something simple like pizza. Yum. All right, we're back, a new day, and look at this glorious pizza. I'm really excited about this. But I do think that our outside walls are a little bit bare. You know, on normal pizza boxes and branded stuff, we got some good branding over here, but there's normally like, you know, like tearaway coupons or, information about the website, on the sides of the box. So my idea was, since we don't have very much space here, I was thinking I could do a little bit of map art and kind of make some coupons or little sections of information that could be about the brand of pizza, as well as that's going to be our door as well. Basically, there's going to be a coupon that basically gets torn away every time we want to open the door to our little courtyard of a box right here. So what I've done is I've gone over here and made a sweet little 2x4 little white area here. It kind of took a lot of white concrete, but basically this is going to be my coupon that I'm going to tear off. So it's going to be pretty cool. Hey, babe.
Yep.
Look at your map.
You suck. You lost your privileges of concrete.
So we made this super sweet like text here that looks like a coupon with a little clip right here on the side. The only problem is, like a stupid person, I forgot that maps are more than just one chunk, which is obvious, but I forgot about that. And I thought, oh, well, I could just make it a couple chunks and, just take a picture of each chunk. But that didn't work. So basically, it turned out pretty well. I just take a camera, go up really high, and just take a picture like this. And that worked really well. It's a little bit smaller, so I had to cut off the end. But it's going to work out all right, and then we could just use an image frame and size it to however we like. So it ended up working out really well, and I could just take a picture like this. Pshink. So now I think we need to really start working on the interior. So I'm going to get my wife, and she's going to give me some interior decorative counseling, and we're going to go through designing our new pizza home. It's definitely our dream home. Like, someday I want this in real life. Hey, that looks pretty good. I like that. Let me just walk through it. I may still put doors. I'll put doors on this still so that mobs don't waltz in. But actually, I'll take a couple more of these. I might change up the words some and just kind of decorate the outside of it, but we'll do that later. All right, babe, time to decorate the inside. We're putting cobblestone in the crust of the pizza, so it's a it's a stuffed crust with rocks. So as you can see, we've kind of defined our circular abode with the cobblestone walls. And I think this is going to be like the furthest that we'll be able to see through. So I'll have other pillars and stuff, and then whatever cobblestone I'll still able to see, I'll replace. But I basically just use cobblestone to fill in all the gaps and all the places where mobs could spawn and stuff like that. So I haven't really done like down here, this area. That's more of like external terraforming because it's still going to need to be looking like it's actually supporting the pizza box. But right now we're trying to decide, A, what we're making our floor out of, and B, is it raining? Yeah, it is. And B, how we want to slice this home. Because we want to have some partitions, but we also want it to be pretty open concept. For now, it's just this single story, but we will probably in the future dig down and make a basement level just for anything else. But in reality, this home is going to be mostly aesthetic and fun. It's not really going to have that much functionality or any farms or any storage or anything in here. So we're going to have a lot of flexibility of what we can do with the fun decorations and decor and such. So this is what we're sporting so far. I like this dark kind of outlining and structure look of kind of defining the shape and the edges. We have a little bit of detail here. I'm not sure if I want to keep that. And I'm just kind of trying a bunch of different things. I'm just kind of working on the floor in each of these quadrants. We're going to have a kitchen, a living room, a bedroom, and not sure yet. But we're just kind of messing around and experimenting, seeing if we can find something that we like. All right, I'm really liking how this is turning out. We have 3 of the 4 floor areas done. Emma's working on the 4th, and I made this little patio area out here, so we can look at the water and look at the fishes. But really what we need to work on now is I need to figure out how to fill this cobblestone space here. So I think there's a couple things I can try.
The neighbors are already trying to get the property.
Yep, the time has come to finally move out of our place. So we're going to leave behind some furniture for the newcomers. We need to take our pet lobster. Can you grab that, honey? I'm going to take down this thing.
Sure.
And we'll probably just move it over so we still have a charger down here. And since we have a new charger in the house, we'll just keep this one down here, just in case we're down here and we run out. No! No!
What?
Whoa, wow. All right. The build is done, guys. Look at our new home. It has everything that we might need, and we're even going to add some more stuff later. We got a charger for our jetpacks. We got like an art gallery / dining room. We've got our lounge with our living room and computer. We've got a nice cozy fireplace. We've got a king-size bed with an awesome headboard that my wife made. We've got our lobster. I think, yeah, he's in there. Lobster aquarium, just like inset into the wall. We got mannequins to display our fancy clothing. We've got a back deck that just looks amazing with a beautiful view of a mesa. We've got these nice, clean glass sliding doors. And personally, my favorite part, if you could just kind of see, there's a couple tripwires here in the middle of the floor, and you're like, what might that be for? Well, if you hit this button, the hole opens up in the floor, and you get launched outside of the pizza. Wow. So this is pretty much our complete build, but just like any typical build from Grian, we've got some back end stuff that could use a little bit of work, but that's a future thing that we can deal with, as well as we can add in some of these, more of these coupons along the sides. I also would like to add a bridge up here from this level. I'll add a bridge across from here to this little island to here, and then stairs up so that we have access to our pizza box even when our jetpacks are dead. Oh, and my wife told me to mention that we have this nice closing staircase just to keep mobs out if they do breach our courtyard. But yeah, that's pretty neat. We also got just a glass door here just in case creepers do go through. But yeah, and now we come to the part of the video where every single one of you will shed a tear. For now we descend gently onto our old house with so many memories. It's been scraped clean of all of our possessions, and now it's been marked via soul torches for destruction. Coffee Saturn, Emma Dilemma, dearest wife, do you have any final words to say to Old Witchy, the house that we first lived in when we first came to this new world?
Bye.
If I was to quote every single other cliche cinematic Minecraft intro, then I would probably say something like, Minecraft is all about exploration, and that's where the nostalgia comes from. The issue is, it's kind of sad because we have not done that much exploring in this world. I did have to move the world from one computer to another, so we lost some of the exploration from Spawn and from the End Fortress. But we need to go do some more exploring. So, with some help from my favorite local mechanical crafter, we get this nifty biplane, which is faster, but the only difference is it does take fuel, and it needs somewhere to land, which seems to be my first oversight. The majority of my Create Mod colleagues all have built these wonderful airfields and hangars and all sorts of good fancy stuff for their airplanes, but I, both being more brilliant and more lazy, have decided to do this. Ta-da! Now we have a nice long flat airstrip, which is actually really fitting because there's a bunch of flying fish here. And what do you know? They're flying right next to an airstrip. Oh! But anyway, later I can light up this whole area and maybe make a little bit of just parking spots for our airplanes. But anyway, that's a project for another day. So I gotta sleep real quick and need to launch myself out of our beautiful pizza house. And just by the way, you can see I've done a little bit of work. I've made more bridges and kind of connected this level up to our house over here to all these fancy machines and stuff like that. I have not added on to the power plant or the coupons yet, but I will continue to work on that in between episodes. For right now, since we have a place to take off and land, I would like to, babe, where are you? We're gonna add. There's some upgrades you can do to the biplane that'll make it faster and better, so that we can explore it. Because that's the purpose of the episode, and I really need to get on that instead of just doing random other stuff. So since we're covering so much ground, I'm thinking we want any upgrades that increase the speed. But we don't really care about fuel efficiency because we have so much stinking charcoal. So I think what we're gonna use is sturdy pipes, which increases engine power, and steel boiler, which increases engine power, as well as brass propeller, which decreases friction. And then I saw this rotary cannon. And it takes gunpowder, which we don't have a lot of, but that would be really fun for dogfights. So, let me just craft those things up. Bloop, bloop, bloop. All right, babe, are you ready to go?
Yes.
Oh, wait, one more thing before we leave. I wanted to grab, is there any in here? Yeah. We're gonna make some spy glasses. Oh! Oh!
Don't get them seizures.
Yeah, probably. You're right.
I mean, if they have a seizure, then you'll get the full watch time.
Because they'll die and their
No,
screen will be on. Is that what you're saying?
Die.
Okay, so now we're here at the improvised airstrip and we're about ready to take off. But like I promised in the title, real quick, I need to mark out so that we know how far we need to go. So now there we go. We got 4 corners of where we're going to fly around to. This is going to take a while. But honestly, this is more of a goofy episode. It's probably going to be a little shorter. We're just going to have fun. We're going to point out some fun things that we see and just going to have a great time. So, you ready for takeoff?
Yes.
Let's try not to crash too much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Vroom, vroom. I can't see you behind me. No! No! How did I know this was gonna happen? All right, what went wrong?
There's a fish on the runway.
Yeah, I bet you ran into a fish. Dang, that's dangerous.
Okay.
Yeah, flying off into the sunset. Okay, hold on, wait for me. Hey, is this one of the mountains? Yeah, is this near our spawn? Oh, don't, you can't go up that far. Honey, you're gonna stall. All right, fuel check. We've only used
Whoa,
only
babe,
used 3 charcoal.
babe.
Whoa,
You
is that
know,
a phoenix?
Yeah.
Holy moly. I didn't even know those were in the mod. That's amazing. Okay, I gotta take a picture of that. The power of the sun.
What does that mean? I don't know.
Oh, that's such a cool picture. Holy moly. The seagull is still following you.
I told you, it was literally just tailing me.
I'm gonna try to shoot it down. I'm gonna use up all my arrows. And I'm also probably gonna run into you.
It's called Yellowstone. It looks like Yellowstone.
Dang.
Ooh, there's even
I had no
more.
idea we had this much stuff in the mod.
Why did we go up and then to the left?
Because I'm just gonna make the giant square outline. Yeah, the world isn't quite loading very fast. I think I just saw a drowned riding a skeleton fish. Like one of those skeleton sharks.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Cool.
No, not
Like,
cool.
not fun to touch, but cool.
Yeah. Why does this remind me of like How to Train Your Dragon?
La 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 la.
La 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 la. Holy moly! Wait, look. Check this out.
What?
Okay, maybe it just hasn't loaded in yet. I thought it was oh, it is a floating island.
Ooh.
Holy buckets. Look at this.
This should be a secret airstrip.
Secret airstrip? This is really, really cool. Oh yeah, there's more over there. Deep Lukewater. Skylands. Oh, I'm going out of the. Oh, glitchy. Turn around. Holy moly. Holy moly, that's a lot larger Skylands. Holy cow, we should have built on one of these.
Well, we didn't have planes.
Wait, what are those animals? They look like
In the water?
caterpillars, yeah. And they're killing squid. Oh, and there's a baby one.
Purple water. That seems unhealthy.
It is kind of like purple, huh?
Oh, phantoms, babe.
Oh. Did you bring 2 beds? Honestly, I'm thankful for Ocean because it takes a lot less time to load. We could actually kind of go faster, I guess. Technically, you can crash into the water.
No fuel. Okay, we're good. That was fast. I'm the fastest refueler on the planet.
Good job.
Okay, we lived.
And we're so far away. Yeah, we're 13.9 kilometers from home. Look it. It's a special ability. Hover mode.
So much concern. This is super cool.
Wow.
This is super cool. This is going to be our ice base.
That is amazing. Man, flying in straight lines at this high of an altitude with kind of low oxygen. It's getting dark. I get kind of sleepy, you know?
Evil Control, this is Fondue 520. Do you read me?
Loud and clear, go ahead.
We have a visual on a bogey, grid 068193. Sensors indicate dangerous levels of cuteness. Requesting permission to engage.
Clear to engage. Good luck.
10-4. Where'd she go? I've lost visual. I can't see anything. She's on my tail. I can't shake her. Ah! I'm hit. Mayday, mayday. I'm going down.
Maybe not. You good? Oh, you.
Nope. I'm telling you, kids, that's what happens when you fall asleep while driving a plane in the dark. You run into some floating islands. Don't do that. Trust me. Learn from my mistakes. You can tell the plane sways a whole lot more when it's raining. It has a wind mechanic, and so it kind of like sways back and forth a lot more. It's harder to like stay going straight in a straight line.
Do you think I could play a Splatoon match while flying?
Hey, it's perfect. I'm like flying right through a valley right now. Bison! There's some, like with Terralith, there's some beautiful biomes. Like, I love like the rocks just kind of sitting there. It reminds me of like Scotland or something. There's some jagged peaks here. I really like this biome though. Jungle mountains. Dang, that is beautiful. Ooh. Look at that. Okay, that's kind of cool. That's a natural dam. That's really cool. And it's like an acacia village in the middle of the desert. That's really a nice picture.
This is a straight up volcano.
It is a volcano?
Is it?
No, it's not a volcano.
It's a little bit less.
Okay, whoa. What are these dinosaur looking things?
Spikes.
Hold on.
Ooh, ice dinosaurs? Babe,
Ice dinosaurs.
No, look at this. Look at this.
Look at what?
Where I am.
Spikes? The spikes?
No, this.
Yeah, I think that the dinosaurs might be aggressive.
No, this, babe.
Oh my goodness! I didn't see that.
It's like, what are you looking at?
Holy buckets!
It's a lighthouse.
That is not on.
Natural doom of death.
Holy moly!
With fire on the top. I want to visit you.
All right, that's a mage tower if I've ever seen one. Saruman could live in this thing.
Plus Frosty the Snowman.
Evil Frosty the Snowman's castle right here.
I mean, isn't there like a...
That's gonna be the name of the picture, honey. Witch hut! Do-do-do-do-do!
We already burned that down.
There's more Skylands.
Babe, come here. Come to this mushroom field and convert the local area into the biome pertaining to the fungus. For red and brown mushrooms, the mushroom fields. For crimson and warped fungus, the crimson and warped forest, respectively. What? The conversion of a biome can be undone by feeding Among Us a poisonous potato.
Oh, okay. Who needs an airfield? I just landed on a stinking mushroom.
Please don't get killed by random bunnies.
That is very disturbing. It looks just like a purple minion. So this is not a mushroom island, but it is a mushroom fields island. We're almost all the way back around. I think I gotta take a picture of this.
Take a picture with the creepy thing.
All right, will they attack me if I get close, or should I take a selfie with it? I'm gonna do it. He makes cute little noises. He's like, "Hey." So that's a fourth picture right there. It's pretty cute.
Oh, it is?
All right. Onward from the creepy mushroom island. All right. So if you take a look at the map, we've made a square all the way around our home. And this took like 4 hours. It was quite the long thing. My poor computer that's running the server has been working hard. So we're gonna wrap up our exploration for now. And this is going to leave a whole bunch of other exploring for us to do for fun as we do other stuff. So honestly, I feel no urgency or push to explore. We've done so much exploring today. We found so many cool things. I've taken like 5 pictures of like extremely rare, cool things. and we've only gone on this like little tiny strip. So I am really satisfied with how much exploring we've done today. Initially, I thought I was going to be able to fill all this in, and that's just stupid of me because that would take 200 hours. So we're going to head back home, and we're going to go home sweet home because we haven't been there in so long. Let's see. We used up probably like 3 stacks of fuel. Oh, there's Skylands right here. We missed. Yeah, we missed all this stuff. I want to know physically how these tigers got to the stinking Skylands. Like, was it like Pangea? Like this landmass used to be down on the ground, but then it just found within itself a will to float, and the tigers just happened to be on it, and we're like, ah! Woke up one morning and they're like 10,000 feet in the air. Like, that's, I mean, if those animals have survived there for that long, I mean, imagine what a complete ecosystem is up there in order to keep those things, like, how much prey animals have to spawn there, have to survive in order to keep them fed. I mean, those tigers probably eat a lot. They looked healthy.
The tiger became a vegetarian, babe. He's living a very sad life up there.
Ooh, okay, that's so much worse than my story.
So that's definitely a fair option, but he might be living a miserable life.
I choose to be an optimist.
About just tigers on floating islands.
Yes.
Well, I choose to be a realist.
Oof. There's plenty of exploring to do, and so we've just kind of drawn out a barrier. I honestly don't know if my server computer has enough storage space to handle all the rest of this world, because that's a lot of blocks. 10,000 by 20,000 by 20,000 blocks. That's a hefty amount of chunks right there. All right, high speed, low altitude flying. Bum ba bum ba bum ba ba. Bum ba bum 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 ba bum ba bum. And we have touchdown. We're gonna go get some sleep, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and oh lag. Home sweet home, baby. Good night, guys. Have a great day. Okay, guys, so really funny story. The other day, I was at the dentist, and Emma, are you okay? You look really sad. Is there something wrong? Did something hurt you?
No, I'm just...
I have an idea. I'm gonna take care of you.
No.
Don't worry, I'll be right back. I know just the thing to help you. Alright, babe, I'm done. It took me all day, but this should fix all of your problems.
Ooh, chocolate? Do you have any more?
Oh, man. We're gonna need a factory for chocolate. So, we are building a chocolate factory today. There is a confession I have to make. And that is that I already did it. I spent the last 4 hours recording this, and only to find out that the file was corrupted. So, I'm going to make the best of it. I'm going to show you how it all works and everything that I did. Also, I have already recorded this bit that I'm recording right now, or at least I thought I did, until I forgot to hit record after 15 minutes. I really should not quit my day job. So before we get into Chocolate Factory stuff, I would like to show you some of the stuff we did in between episodes. First of all, we revamped our tree farm, and now we have one of each wood, except for jungle. It looks like something went wrong. And we also reorganized our logs, so not only do we have a lot more capacity and capability, but there's just a lot more production as well to benefit our charcoal and XP farm, which, speaking of charcoal, we can now use over here in the power plant because I finally integrated some steam engines in back here. They don't produce quite as much electricity as the diesel engines, but I still have some of these in here. And we're still using the seed oil, and then everything's still hooked up to the same computer program that turns it on and off. Also, speaking of electricity, here is our chocolate farm. And I decided to go with free energy. There's a couple water wheels back here in the wall, and I figured it just kind of looks cooler, and it's a low priority farm, so it doesn't really matter that much if it's slow. So basically how this thing works, you need 3 things in order to make chocolate. We got sugar cane, we got cocoa beans here, and we got milk being piped in from our new cow island, which I'll tell you about in a minute. But it's all being harvested by this big overarching harvester thing, which everything gets pumped through. The sugar cane gets turned into sugar, and everything goes into this basin, which is heated by a blaze burner. All that is heated together, and then it makes liquid chocolate, which is pumped over here, pounded, and turns into bars of chocolate. And then over here, I just have a couple pieces of bamboo that are feeding the blaze burner. And then moving on... That's weird. So we've got our cow island over here that's kind of built off of these 2 pillars that were already existing. So that's really cool. We have milk being pumped out the center of it. There's a little cow down here in the ground that is being automatically milked repeatedly. That's not creepy at all. Just the same way as we have our wool farm underneath the sheep island and our baby pig farm coming out of the pig island to feed our bacon sandwich factory. So my wife and I basically just grabbed some cows and airlifted them over here and dropped some payloads right here into the cow pen, just like that. And yeah, that all seems to be working pretty well for our chocolate factory. And since you didn't get to see me build it, which might be for the better because it was totally super duper interesting. But for the rest of the episode, I'm thinking we're just going to build some stuff with the chocolate, because with the chocolate bars, you can make chocolate bricks. Anyway, but one other thing I do want to mention, one of my wife's most unique, amazing, super unexpected talents is she can name tools really well. She made me a really nice sword, and I couldn't have named it better myself. All right, so I have some liquid chocolate here, and one of the things I was thinking about doing just for fun with this chocolate stuff, I'd like to decorate a little bit. And what I'm thinking, oops, that's not right. And what I'm thinking is this backyard patio area seems like a great spot for a hot tub. And what better substance to be in the hot tub than stinking liquid chocolate?
Accurate.
Oh, that's like really mesmerizing, actually. I just put chocolate on all the edges. There's none in the middle here. And actually, that's really mesmerizing. I like that. I'm going to do the border real quick and the pathway. And we'll be chocolatey golden. All right, there's the back door chocolate hot tub for you. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret. It's kind of see-through. And eventually, when we make our second floor to our base, there's an option for a secret entrance right here. So that's really neat. But otherwise, you can just kind of chill in the hot tub right here like that. Drowning in chocolate. Oh no. First world problems. Okay, I think that there's 2 other things that I'd like to do just with the chocolate. Something cool, actually, is you can... Oh, you guys blended in. I didn't see you there. Hold on. Give me 1 second. All right, so another cool thing you can do with the chocolate bars is you can make chocolate bricks and therefore chocolate brick stairs, which I think I'm planning on making a little bit of a counter here, and you know, so put a seat there. That way we can, with much difficulty, yes, get a panda onto the seat. And we're gonna name him Charlie. Oh boy, it's Charlie in the chocolate factory. Look, it looks like I'm eating it. Yum, yum, yum. Anyway, I've been AFKing at the chocolate farm for a couple hours, and so now I have a bunch of these chocolate bricks and stuff like that. And I'm sitting here in front of our pizza home, and I'm thinking, what better use of chocolate than to build a statue? Voila! My wife is going to love this. We have an axolotl guarding our pizza now. I love chocolate! The neat thing is, if we have any extra slabs or stairs, or if we want to turn the bricks back into normal bars of chocolate, we can just toss it right in there and it'll get melted down and thrown right into the basin. Ta-da! Hey guys, I appreciate... Okay, try it again. Hi guys, I appreciate you watching, even though this is a shorter episode and I messed up on the recording, but we had a lot of fun anyway, and we're really enjoying our infinite chocolate and hot tub and such, so, oh, you're drowning in chocolate. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and, have a great day. Peekaboo! A couple snapshots ago, Mojang introduced the Auto Crafter, which conveniently can be set up to automatically craft things if you have some knowledge of redstone. However, this does not apply to me because I have the Create mod. So why would I ever want to use such a simple block when I could build an elaborate factory? So I want to build a factory that can craft pretty much anything that I want, and I'm gonna put it right here where our old house was. The fun part is I have hit record, but I have really no idea how I'm gonna do this yet. Look, if I turn on the cinematic camera, it kind of looks like I'm in a horror film and I'm stalking myself. So I think I'm gonna start just by kind of clearing out some of this vegetation and, you know, flattening out this area, making it good for just building on. This poor rice has been growing here with very little sun underground for a long time. It's just miserable. I gotta clear this out. I have kind of laid out a square here of flat space that I would like to put the factory in, and I kind of cleaned up some of these edges here. And I think first things, I want to get laid out however many stations we need. So what I need is basically one of each of all of these things, like deployers and mechanical presses and mixers, mixer with a basin, a pounder with a basin. No! Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Well, I guess good thing we're building a new factory. Yikes, man. Everything everywhere, all at once. So basically what I was saying was I wanted to start out with putting kind of one of each kind of mechanical machine kind of lined up here. So there's a belt for each different thing. Okay, so I like how this is looking, but I do want to sink it into the floor a little bit just because it'll give us a little more room and hopefully allow us to kind of walk around a little better. Also, something that we're going to need to do Belts are one of the things that cause the most lag, but it does help when you encase them with andesite, kind of like the long conveyor belt that goes all the way from the sandwich factory to the power plant that carries the seeds. Kind of want to encase it like this because that helps with the lag. I think I might go ahead and just do that right off the bat, and that way I don't have to worry about it later. Ah, watch out! The floor is made of conveyor belts! And as you can see, they're all, except for that one, of course. They're all encased, and I will just go ahead and start putting down the mechanical. Pow! I have a sneaking suspicion that something later on down the line is going to require me to have space in between these two things, and I'm going to have to redo all of this, but I'm going to ignore that feeling for now and keep going. Okay, so initially this is looking good. I get a little bit stressed out when I think ahead and I'm trying to figure out fitting everything in here all at once, but I'm just going to take it one step at a time, and we're doing okay, I think. So I think this is all the components that we're going to put in for now, unless I think of something that I forgot. There are two that I'm not intentionally not putting in. For one, the spout, just because you're gonna have to change the liquid out, and for different things, I'd rather just have unique farms for whatever I need to build with that. And the other thing is the saw, which I don't have it pulled up here, but it just has so many things that it can make just with one plank of wood that it's really difficult to tell it which one to make without having to manually go in here and filter it. So I'm going to ignore that one for now. Worst case scenario, I think I can just craft it with stuff. Oh, crafter. I should put a crafter in here somewhere. Oh, how am I going to do that? The weighted ejector just like launched the cat up because it accidentally went up there. That was kind of funny. All right, so after a little bit of frustration, I've found this, but there's still problems with it. Basically, the mechanical arm will take from this depot and fill up the slots, so whatever comes gets put into the right spot. But I still would have to set the filters for all of these, and there's still a problem because if I put in a couple stacks of things and say we're making something like a dispenser, and so you need stone all the way on the outside, a bow in the middle, and redstone on the bottom. If a stack of redstone comes in and it puts a redstone in this slot, but there's still 63 redstone in here, and then it can't really get rid of this to start putting in other stuff, and so it just gets all clogged up. Also, if I don't put in the exact amounts, then at the end, there's not really going to be an easy way to clear it out. So I kind of have two options. I can either make an elaborate thing that allows this to reach like up to 9 things at once, and put them in the right slots, or I kind of trash it for now and come back to it later, which I think is what I'm going to do. 3x3 crafting is probably the least of my inconveniences, so this stuff will be just fine. Okay, I thought of some more things that we need that I forgot about. I'm going to take apart all of these so that I'll have some room to work with over on this side, and I'm going to add them over here. I forgot to add all the fan things. So a washer and a smelter and a haunter, which actually is pretty cool. It just kind of makes the nether things, or the like you can make black stone, I think, with normal stone and cool stuff like that. So I've got to think about how I want to add those in. Okay, so if I cut these out, I got to put my crushing wheels back. These mobs are really annoying. I really should not have decided to live in the cave. Excuse me, sir. Thank you for your generous donation, but you can have your flesh back. Haha, I have found a loophole. I can use the fans in the other direction and pull the items towards it. So I can put them in the back. I should have more room. Okay, I don't think that should set anything on fire. All right, so this setup is gonna work great. I'm thinking we can put the items here, and then they'll get pulled by the fans, and then they'll go up into these chests, and then I just gotta figure out how to get the items from the chests to the output line. All right, so I think I finished this, and I lengthened all of these belts, so things can. I think I'm gonna have a delivery system from above, and then the stuff that falls here will get sucked by the fans, but also get washed, smelted, or haunted by these things. And then they'll get sucked up by the funnels when they get to the end. And then they'll get dumped out onto this belt. It's just kind of being multi-purpose. Also, my wife reminded me that I want to add one of the wire maker things that was right here that got exploded by that dang creeper. Okay, I think this might be closer to our final rendition. I think I'm gonna start hooking stuff up to power. It's that time of the episode, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get out our cogwheels. And just like that, everything we got so far is all hooked up to power, and it doesn't really look too obnoxious as far as taking large spaces with cogwheels and stuff. I was able to fit it all in nicely. I think next I need to start figuring out like the flow of items as far as how they're going to come in and how they're going to go out. All right, so I have a lot of progress here. We have a belt going pretty much all the way around this factory. I'm going to need to put in some filters and stuff and chests probably along this corner of the belt. So the stuff will make its way from the input chest, go up to here, and these funnels, most of them will be turned off with redstone like this, but I'll basically allow you to turn off whichever funnel, however you want to process the items that you're inputting, and then they'll come out and come into the output chest when they're done. So that's pretty simple on what it is. I'm gonna probably expand on this later and make it even more automatic, but that's gonna be a really big project as far as my brain is going to hurt. Why did I have to make this game not fun anymore? Literally, I have spent a couple hours on this already, and like probably about once an hour or so, I just like pause the recording and go like lay on the ground trying to think. Okay, so I kind of put some of this stuff down. I've been experimenting a little bit. All right, so my idea is like we have 2 rows of levers here, and the first row up here basically decides which slot it's gonna go through the first time around, and then I'd like to be able to program it so that it'll come through a second time if I have a second lever slotted. So it'll come through and it'll go through this mixer, and then after it's done, it'll come back and it'll go through, say the furnace or something like that. But that's going to be extremely complicated. Okay, it's starting to come together in my head. So basically, I think what I have to do is I have to get this signal strength, and then I have to ignore the second one while the first one's going, and then ignore the first one while the second one is going. I could really do this really easily with computers, but I think I'm going to upgrade it with computers later, and I want to try to figure this out with just redstone for now. I know it's kind of hard to follow what I'm doing. I'm sorry, but brainchild. This kind of pains me because I feel like I'm going to take it all apart when I upgrade it later. think that's my plan for episode 20. All right, I have made good progress. I've got the first row working. So right now everything is turned off, but if I choose, say, this one in the middle, flickety, then the redstone line turns off up to there. So then the stuff coming along, this would be the first one that they drop into, and they wouldn't even get past this. So that one works. Now I just got to figure out how to completely disable this redstone line when it's the bottom one's turn. So I'm going to think on that for a little bit, and I'll get back to you. Hey guys, I caved. Not like going underground, like I gave in. I think I'm addicted to computers. But just look at this, okay? This is roughly how many components and how much space we would need if I just use redstone. You can see there's even some of these cool new redstone components from the Create mod, but I couldn't even get this to work, honestly, and it's just lots of space and so this is how many components. Oh, hi, Turtle. This is how many components we would need if I use computers. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. This is like way more affordable and buildable and compact. And it's also going to allow us to upgrade pretty easily in the future. But for now, I still am going to keep this wall of levers just because I think it looks cool. I mean, I haven't gone completely computer. All right, I think I got all the wiring for this part of it done, and I'm going to put the computer right there. It's going to kind of be hidden. It's going to be completely automatic. But now I got to put on these redstone links so it can communicate with everything. Just like that, and now you know what time it is. It's time for some yodeling. All right, I think that's everything for now. I think it's about time to hook up our motor to this thing. And a couple episodes ago, when I put in the lights up there in the gallery, I didn't know how to turn off the electricity. Like, I thought maybe there's a way we could flick the lights on and off, and I didn't know. I thought there wasn't anything I could do. But I found it. It's called a redstone relay, and it just takes redstone and allows electricity to pass through. And so I'm going to employ this because this is going to take a crap ton of electricity. So I actually programmed it into the computer to turn it off and on when it's not being used. So I'm going to go ahead and hook everything up, and then we get to test it. And then we get to test it. And then we get to test it. And wonder what's all wrong. All right, I had to do a little bit of tweaking. And I have 2 rotation controllers in here. Just one for all of the heavy machinery and one for all of the belts and the fans that need to go a little faster but don't need as much power. So, and this is our manual control here. You see everything flicks on, turns on, everything's good. And I'm only using 90 energy per tick, which is actually pretty sweet. That's only basically the equivalent of one of the steam engines in there using charcoal. So I think there's only one other thing I need to do before we can test it, and that is I need to go in here and have a system for feeding the blaze burners fuel. And I think it should be fairly easy. So I'm going to put this in here real quick, and I'll be right back. Don't mind this. My wife just came back from a giant mining session, but I'm going to go ahead and label these levers with signs here, achoo, just like that, and now we can test it. All right, so actually I'm just going to test out a single phase of something. I'm not going to use the second set, I'm just going to use the first set. So I'm going to go ahead and throw a stack of raw copper into this chest. And in order to process it, I want to smelt it with a fan. So then after a little delay, this should flick off. It did flick off, but this didn't. It's being powered by something else. All right, just had to move that over there. And now let's try it again. And it goes up. And it's going along. And it completely missed its turn. What in the world? Okay, it seems that we're still dealing with some technical difficulties. Eventually I'll be able to tweak it more and make it more efficient and stuff like that. But for right now, I just trying to get this to work. All right, and it's going along. It gets pushed into the right slot. Being smelted. And what is going on? Oh, I missed it. Here they go. They all went in here. It worked. Wow. Okay, let's try one more thing. Okay, so something that we've struggled with making before was precision mechanisms, because they basically have to have a golden sheet and then be assembled like 5 different times and crazy stuff like that. So what we have to do this time, I think I'm going to test it out, and it's going to be probably a failure, but we're going to put our 5 golden ingots in there. And then we're going to come over here to our assembly station. It goes small cogwheel, large cogwheel, and then iron nuggets. I'm going to just take the gold out just so it doesn't start on accident on me. So the second stage is triple deployer, and the first stage is normal press. Okay. Let's see if this works. All right. Here it goes. First stage. It goes all the way over here. Gets pounded. Oops. Wow, that was lovely. Pounded on there. All 5 of them go back into the slots. Just like that. And then hopefully the second stage will come. Yep. Here's the second stage. And now they're all going into this area. Oh my goodness, that is so beautiful. Now I have to do this a couple times. So right now they're waiting for retrieval. But since it needs to go through 5 times, I'll basically make it just go through the triple deployer only. So I'm gonna empty it out and put it back in. This is a little bit inconvenient, but it'll all work out, trust me. Here they go. And here they go again. And then once more. And there they go again for the last time. And here come our finished precision mechanisms. We got 1 broke. And yep, we got 4 good ones and 1 bad one. There we go. So yeah, obviously I've found a couple problems with it. And there's a few bugs and things I have to do anyway. But in reality, that's actually really nice. And I love the way that you can tell it where to go just through the levers. And yeah, so this has been a pretty fun project. It was a little frustrating, but never fear, for we will continue to improve it. Let me know what you thought. I appreciate you guys. Have a great day. We are on episode 19 of this Create mod series. And even though I just did, I'm not sure we can call this a Create mod series. We're missing a very, very vital, important thing that every single other Create mod content creator, tongue twister, has. Look at our beautiful contraptions. Look at this. Okay, that's our cows. Look at this one. Look at this one. I mean, what are we missing? I'll give you the answer. The answer is trains. All aboard! Okay, so the plan is we have 3 destinations that we want the train to go to. First one is spawn, which I've marked as 00, but we actually haven't gone back to yet. We have the end fortress hole here, but actually I think we'll just go to this town. And then we have our home station. So I'm thinking we could kind of have our station like along here and then our track will go over here, and then it will also go up and out and go over here in this direction. So we're going to need a lot of rail. And so I'm going to employ our amazing factory that we built last episode and get some tracks starting to be built while we figure everything else out. Okay, so after some deliberation, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to use the Mega Crafter. First of all, the tracks take 3 steps in order to make them, and I've only programmed this to be able to handle 2, which we could still manage, but it'd be a lot of manual work. Also, the partially assembled tracks are not stackable, which doesn't go very well in large quantities with this small chest. So what we've decided to do is just go with, I modified this deployer setup here a little bit, threw in the mechanical press from here. And this is completely automatic, and the very end product is stackable. So basically we just have to keep this hopper and this hopper full, and it works just fine. It's a little slower, but it's worth the avoidance of that hassle. So we're just going to keep these full, and for basically this first part of the episode, it's going to be constantly running, and we'll just move on to the next thing. Here is a small sample of our track and how it's going to look like. And something else that we're going to need is some kind of block to fill in the gaps here underneath the track. And I think gravel looks really good. So you can see I've kind of started to collect it from our gold farm. And we're going to need enough to kind of fill in any like dips and spots that the track will go over on its way all the way to both spots. So like, especially when it goes over the water, like here, you know, we don't really want floating track. You know, if it looks like this, it's not really realistic. So we're going to go ahead and use gravel to kind of fill in underneath. And there's ways that we can do that automatically. So another thing in addition to that, I feel like our inventories are going to be really full, carrying a bunch of gravel and a bunch of track as we're building everything. And also in addition to our backpacks are also going to be full. So what I've done is I've built this stack upgrade, which has been a long time coming. I upgraded my backpack to a gold backpack, and I made a stack upgrade, which basically will allow us to stack things like this. They're all stacked in a much higher quantity in each stack. So that'll help save us a lot of space when we're carrying a lot of the same item, especially gravel and track. So that's just going to benefit our inventory management a little bit. All right, so my wife is down there AFKing the train track farm, but she's actually sitting next to me in real life. So we're going to kind of work out where we want the track, like the path that we want the track to take. And we're just going to do that by kind of flying along. And then I have a button here I can hit, boink, and it makes a little waypoint. And that's going to be pretty easy to follow when we actually place the track down. So, babe, I think we want to go like this. The station is going to be kind of where that mark I put down is. And then we probably want to take the path of least resistance. Like, grand scheme of things, though, it might be better to kind of go up and over, like, this area. And go, well, wow, this is going to be actually a lot of gravel. We're going to be filling in so much land. So, wait, maybe we should take that back. Do you want to go along, like, the river? Yeah, I kind of like this way better. We'll have to carve out a little bit of the mountainside. But there's a little bit more to grip. Oh, we could go inside the mountain here. Kind of have to excavate a little bit of this town. But honestly, we can go along this beach. And then station can kind of end up right there. So you see we kind of have a path along here. And I put waypoints where we, like key points where we want to hit some scenic areas. And then that waypoint is gonna be the station, and then over here we'll have a spot for the train to turn around. My game just crashed for some reason, and I lost all the waypoints. But I pretty much remember the route. So I'm gonna go ahead and map out the other one, and if it crashes again, then I'll just try to remember. But really, it's gonna be pretty simple as far as just taking the path of least resistance. Hey, I remember that hole. I died in that hole, like first episode, like first thing. Yeah, we stood on this ledge right here for the intro.
And I cut down a tree.
That's awesome. I don't want to go all the way up there. I don't want to ruin like this precious spawn blocks. I think I'm gonna get shot. Shoot. And we like had to fight a lot of mobs here. Oh, there's a creeper explosion. There's a llama. I think this is our waterfall. Yeah, there's our sugar cane that I forgot to grab. Oh, that was our first like night that we stayed. So many memories. I can't believe I remember it all. Oh, and look at that. There is Shrimp Rock and the little dirt pillar that we took the picture with. Holy moly. And what do you know? The game crashed right as I got home. Yeah, there's probably some rendering issues when I get to all this stuff that we built. But I remember where we went, so we'll just you'll see when I go. Whoa, don't crash. All right, let's check on our track factory. All right, we're doing pretty good. Got a good amount of track. This would honestly might be enough to make the leg to this part. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually get started on that. So let's just say I have track here, and then we can kind of merge it back in on itself here. It just needs a little bit of turning room. I kind of placed underneath of all this, so I gotta clear some of this out. All right, there we go. Got it all nice and cleared out, and I think this section right here is where our station will be. We're only really gonna plan on having one train, so I don't think we're gonna have to worry about any signals or trains colliding or anything about that. So should be fairly simple. We'll just have a station at each location. All right, honestly, this is like kind of satisfying work. It's a little tedious as far as it's taking kind of a long time, because you can only do like a certain amount of segment at a time. And I'm sure there's a way to do this like more automatically, but I don't want to because it's fun. And then like I kind of did cut through the mountain a little bit right here. Before we build our main train, we'll have a small train that will go through and like carve out the mountain where, you know, we need to have the train go through, because right now it's just a like 1x2. I basically curved it myself. All right, so as the sun comes up, I'm done with this train station. It has gone all the way from home to here. It looks pretty neat. I like it. There's not a ton of space for the train track here. I might move the station up a little bit more just so that it's on a flat stretch. But yeah, this is a spot, and then the end is right over that hill, or the end portal. And so now we have connection to this metropolis of a city. All right, I'm going to head on back and take a little break to let the train track factory catch up. And then we will start on the track to spawn. Then when that's finished, then we'll go ahead and build the train to drill out the tunnels. And then we'll build the final train. Man, it's so nice to like lay rail on flat ground after doing it through all those mountains. All right, so here we are at spawn, and we have completed the rail all the way here. It is indeed quite beautiful. What am I saying? All right, here we are at spawn, and the railway is complete. Emma's working on a little bit of a primitive station here momentarily, and then we're going to go all the way back through all of the track and drill out the ugly bits and fill in the ugly bits, probably build some bridges Just simple stuff, not too fancy, just to make it so it's not blocking all the water. But that's all the rail done. I am really happy with how it looks. It looks really cool. All right, so while Emma starts working on this station, I'm going to get started on building our drill train. I think we're just going to need just a 3x3 drill area, and then maybe a little bit on the outside just for show when we go through the tunnel. And since this is just a temporary build, we're going to employ some structural dirt here, and we got to put our controls down and our seat down like that, and we'll glue it all together in a minute. Gotta put all the drills on. Okay, so I think that is pretty much all we need for as drills go, and then a little bit more structural dirt right here. It's just some room for our chests, and then we glue it all together. Let's assemble it and call it Drill Bro, and let's test it out. We're going to find out the hard way if this don't work. Clearing out this area already. I don't know why. Those chests kind of look like kind of butt cheeks, just a little bit. Clearing up some of this. Oh, that is not good. That is really, really, really not good. Back up, back up, back up, back up. Holy moly.
What'd you do?
We got to light this area up a little bit. I'm just gonna put a couple torches down. No biggie. Oh, die, seagull. Yeah! Roadkill. Oh no, I'm gonna check out some of the house. Shoot. Oh, I'm so sorry. Whoever's house that is. Oh, and your doorstep. No problem. Adios, amigo. Oh, actually, I don't want to hit the iron golem. Please move, sir. Honk, honk. Honk, honk. Honk. Ha! Dang, I am going to use trains a lot more next series. Like, this is actually really cool. I don't think we really have any more applications for them this series, but I want to use them a lot more later. All right, that's that whole track dug out and done and drilled. Looks like we got quite a bit of andesite, actually, and then just a bunch of other random stuff. Looks like we got a couple things from the village. Poor guys. But now, there's a big tunnel through this mountain over here on the way to spawn. So I'm going to empty these chests out so that we'll have room for that, and then I'm going to drill that way. All right, we're pulling into the station here. I don't want to break anything, so I'm going to stay a little bit back. When I was going around the mountain, like right along here, it was, especially on the turns, it wasn't really picking up a lot of the stuff that I would hope that it would. So what I'm going to do when I go back, I'm going to move some of the drills from the left side to the right side so that it's going to kind of carve a little bit more of the mountain out, make it look a little bit more realistic. As well as I might put some on the top, but then I'll have to take it out before I go through the tunnel. I'm also just kind of making this tunnel a little bit taller. Just one block taller, basically, is all that I've done for this part of the tunnel, just to make it a little bit more breathing room. All right, so for now, all of our drilling is done. Now I'd like to kind of build a little bit of structure for the bridges. That way our like fill gravel isn't going to be like blocking all the streams and stuff like that. So I'm just going to try to work out a shape, an archway of kind of what we want it to look like. All right, I think that looks fairly sturdy enough, and it's really simple, so it's not going to take too much stuff. Just need a lot of stone bricks. A few of these oak stairs, dark oak stairs. And then something cool I just found out was if you put slabs right here on the train tracks, it kind of turns it into this kind of a look instead of the ties, so it makes it look a lot more like a bridge. And so I'm sure, especially when the bridge curves and stuff like that, there's going to be a little bit of variations to how the bridges look. But in general, I just want them to look sturdy, and they don't really have to be super complex, at least for now, just because there's a lot to do this episode. So I'm going to show my wife how to do this so that it's we can kind of work on it together, and then we're just going to get it done. So I think that we got all of the bridges done. Oh, hello, Rhinoceros. So I wanna show them all off to you real quick, just really, really fast. As you saw in the beginning, we got this one, 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 and this one. All right, so now that we have all of the bridges done, it's time to move on to the next stage of railroad construction. And as you can see, there are still a few spots where the gravel that we put underneath kind of just fell down. And there's all this space here that's just got floating track on it. So remember, this is Drill Bro. We got to take him apart. Goodbye, Drill Bro. Hello, Fill Bro. Basically, these rollers are just going to allow us to replace whatever's underneath the track, and we're gonna replace it with gravel. So I'm gonna go along all of the track, and it should work all right. The issue is there are some spots, like the bridges, that we don't want to turn into gravel. So I'm actually gonna disassemble this. There is this part called contraption controls. It's going to allow us to turn off these rollers whenever we go over the bridges and stuff like that. Just don't let me forget to do that, because that would kind of be a disaster. I hope that that is not foreshadowing. All right, so I filled these chests up with gravel, and we should be good to go. I don't think there's anything else that we need. We just need to be careful. So I'm going to assemble Mr. Philbro here, and we're going to go fill in some gravel. Okay, so there's some of these spots I'm going to have to run over a couple times because the gravel's going to fall. And then I'll need to just back up and go over it again so that it can, see, like this. I just got to back up and do it again to fill everything up. Okay, so now that I've kind of reached this bridge, I'm going to turn off those, and hopefully nothing should happen. Yeah, okay, we're good. And then, went too far. I'm going to back up a little bit. And now that we're here, I can turn them back on. Oh man, I just nicked a little bit of that. But that's okay, I'll just pretend like that was always gravel. And this is also going to kind of flatten everything out so that, if I clipped some dirt or something like that when I was placing the rail, everything should look mostly normal. And there shouldn't be any more. Oh no, I forgot. Okay. Didn't go too far. Yeah, get buried, skeletons. How does that feel? Uh-oh. Now you just glitched up on my head.
Emotional, damn it!
Okay, I really am bad at this. I keep forgetting. Okay, I gotta solve this. Because there's a flower here that is liking to break all of the gravel that falls down there. Alright, we made it all the way around, looks like. Everything's looking really good. So we can kind of speed back, try to get there before it gets too dark. And maybe touch up some of the things that we missed. All right, we're back home. I'm going to refill with gravel and go on the other route real fast. Yeet. I found out that when gravel falls on the path block, it breaks, just like it would on a torch. So that's an interesting fact I bet you didn't know. All right, now we're on our way back. It's getting dark. Hey, we got a stowaway. All right, I'm home, but there's a lot of mobs, so I'm going to sleep real quick, and then I'll tell you what we're going to do next. All right, I just grabbed the entire remainder of our supply of gravel, and I'm gonna put it in here. This might not be enough, but we'll see. So now what I'm gonna do, disassemble, and I'm gonna change these settings to sloped fill. So over here, there are still a couple places. This doesn't look very realistic. Like, you would not see this in real life. Gravel doesn't really pile like that. So there's also an ability here for us to make it look like it's sloped, which makes it much more realistic. And there's just a couple places that I would like to put this.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I ran out of gravel already. Back to get more gravel. All right. So after like a ton of help from my wife collecting gravel and me AFKing at the gravel farm for a while, we finally have completely finished the train track. I mean, there may be some floating trees here and there that I might have missed, but it's good. It is a functional train track that looks good, and I love it. Just driving along it is amazing. So I went ahead and I took apart Philbro. She served us well, but we no longer have any need for any construction equipment because now we get to build the train that will actually take us and possibly items to and from and in between our home, spawn, and the end portal. So my plan is to build this massive, huge train that has like 85 passenger cars. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be great. Yeah, I built a mini train. This thing, I love it. It's got 2 seats in the back for passengers and a seat for the conductor. And let's take it out on a little test drive. What do you say? Just to show them how well it works. Oh, by the way, we named it Train of Thought. All aboard! Chugga 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 choo choo. Chugga 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 choo choo. You wanna go to the village? Let's go to the village. Oh, we're driving through a dark, scary cave. But we're not afraid. Ho ho ho. Oh, it works so well. I love this thing. Oh man, this is so much fun. This is so amazing. I love this. Oh.
2 hours later.
Sorry for the delay, ma'am. My game crashed. Look at that smoke plume too. Especially in the evening as we're pulling into our home here. Okay, this is one of my favorite builds, honestly. All right, that's everything for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I think episode 20 is next, and I think it's gonna be the last episode of this series for a while. Get ready for that. It's gonna be a good one. But I really appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, just let me know what you liked about it, because I'm trying to improve. I'm trying to learn how to make videos and stuff like that. We got a little roller coaster loop-de-loop right here. It's a lot of fun. But we're on our way to spawn to go make some memories as per usual. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you. You guys are the best. Oh, yep. See, there's a floating tree, like I said. Anyway, have a great day. That is so cool. I'm watching you from way up in the air. That is unbelievably cool. Welcome back to another episode. It's been a while. Something I should say, though, is programming an AI system like Jarvis into Minecraft is definitely something that has been done before to a much more thorough extent than what I'm going to do in today's episode. But my goal here is to make a smart network of computers that will allow me to do a bunch of things from around the home without lifting a single toe. Even to the extent that I could even do them from 10,000 blocks away. I mean, then I basically wouldn't even have to play the game anymore. All right, Seagull. Ha! Get wrecked. Man, oh man, it has been a while. My graphics card burnt up and I had to go get it replaced, and that took a while to ship and everything, but we're back. So this is the final episode of this Create Mod series. I'll talk more about why I'm ending it at the conclusion of this video, along with a little bit of a montage of all the things that we've done. But yeah, this is the last video, so enjoy. I think we're gonna get started with just kind of collecting all the resources that we need, all the computers. I think I'm gonna use our mainframe computer here, and I'd like to build a couple other things that we're going to use. In the ComputerCraft mod, there are other types of computers. We've used these normal advanced computers. There's these things called turtles, which are basically computers that can move. They're similar, but they're like mobile. They can move and they can do things. They're like robots, basically. And then there's these pocket computers. You can basically use the full computer by holding it and walking around, so it doesn't have to be physically placed down. Another thing I do want to say is, if you haven't watched the rest of the videos in this series, this video is not going to mean a lot to you, just because it's kind of the end of the series and it's kind of a farewell in some ways, and all of the inside jokes are not really going to hit if you haven't been following this whole time. So feel free to pause it and go watch those first. Okay, so my vision is I'm going to build one of these pocket computers, and that will allow me to, wherever I am in the world, come back and contact the mainframe computer, which I am calling Jarvis, our quote-unquote AI system. So I'll be able to input commands or check things with the phone and be able to do all sorts of stuff. Okay, so remember when I kind of gave up on the idea of having a automatic crafter in here in the Mega Factory? Like, all these things, they process ingredients, but they don't actually craft things like you do in a crafting bench. So that's where the turtle comes in, which is the robot computer. It has an upgrade that allows you to craft things. It has an inventory. It allows you to craft things from the turtle's inventory. So I'll be able to communicate between the phone, the mainframe computer, and the turtle to craft stuff, to check on things at the base, and do lots of other things. So I have a list here of all the things that I want to be able to tell the system to do from the phone, and that includes checking for an item, like I'll be able to ask how many, say, oak planks do I have, and it'll check the item vaults. I'm not sure if I want it to mess with the chests, just because that's more of the user interface. That I want to keep stuff in the chests, and I also want it to be able to craft things. I'll be able to say, Jarvis, please craft blah 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 amounts of blah blah blah. And you might be thinking, oh, wait a minute, you're not going to be able to control anything here at home if the chunks aren't loaded. But there's also these things. I have a Create add-on that includes these chunk loaders. And so with the phone, I want to be able to tell if the chunks are loaded and load the chunks if I want. So, and lastly, I was thinking, if I die and the phone is on my body, then I'm not going to be able to make any commands or do anything. That's not a huge deal, because obviously, you know, one of the first things I'm going to do is go get my body. But I want to be able to control stuff, at least some of the things, without the phone. And so I'm going to implement something called the chat box. And that is something that kind of goes next to a computer, and it allows the computer to read chat. And so it'll be able to read the things that I say, and I can go in and say, Jarvis, it'll only listen for when I say Jarvis. And I say, Jarvis, send the train to spawn or something like that. I don't think I'll implement that ability, but I'll be able to control the computer through the chat, which is accessible to me even if I just spawned in with nothing. All right, hello. This is Editing Colby, and while other Colby struggles to construct all the devices that he just mentioned, I'm going to tell you a little bit about today's sponsor for this video. My wife. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, my wife is amazing. I couldn't have done this series without her. She's worked a ton behind the scenes, both in-game and in real life, and she's just encouraged me and supported me through all of it. So she's just an awesome lady, and she plays Minecraft with me. All right, I think I've put everything in the place that it needs to go. Right here we have a wired modem that connects the computer, the crafting turtle, and this chest that we'll use for crafting. And in the back, it's connected. The wire comes down through here, through the floor, and connects up here. So it's going to be able to read all of the vaults just like this computer can. I have my phone or my pocket computer right here in my hand that I can start programming on. So I made 2 chunk loaders. One of them is right down here, and the other one is over in this area by the power plant. This one loads a 5x5 area, and the other one loads a 3x3 area. I have it set up so that I can turn them off with a redstone link. And then this thing, doohickey right here, is detecting if it is turned on or turned off so that I can update my nice little indicator in the corner of my phone. And then this right here is the lever that turns it all on and off. And you might be thinking, well, how are you going to be able to turn it on and off from so far away when you can't even flick this lever? Oh boy, you ignorant person. I must show you so many things. I can place down a andesite casing and then put a conductor's cap on top, and I get this little guy right here that can access levers. And if I put goggles on him like this, then I made this thing called the remote lens, which I can bind to him. So if I go over here 10,000 blocks away, I can still access and see through his goggles and move him around just like this. It's a little laggy, but it's okay. And I'm able to flip any redstone. I'm not able to actually break any blocks or do anything or access any chests, but I can flip anything that has to do with redstone. You can just sit right here in the corner, and then I can go back to my normal self, and that'll allow me when I switch to him, when I use the remote lens, then it loads the chunks temporarily while I'm controlling him, and then so I can control him, go over here, flip a lever, and then start giving normal commands. So kind of a neat little workaround here. So now I have about 800 million hours of programming to do in the computer and my pocket computer and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, that's gonna be great fun. I'm excited, as you can tell by my voice. Yeah, it's gonna be a really complicated program. But can I do it? I don't know. But can I try? Yes, I can. Okay, after many hours of programming, I think I've done everything that I said I was gonna do. It's been a long process, but I'm gonna start showing everything off here. So we have our, oh, there's an error. All right, everything should be working fine. And look at our nice user interface right here. We got our chunk loading indicator. This means that the chunk loader is running. So if I leave, it'll stay loaded. And then we have our 6 buttons here. And then this is our console, kind of just for messages. And when things get done, it's a log right here. All right, I think I'm just gonna show you these like one button at a time. So first off, let's say we have our inventory check page here. And I wanna know how many oak logs we have in our system. And it will return with there are this many oak logs in vaults and this many oak logs in chests. This is actually pretty nice because I was able to make it so that it automatically fills in possibilities here. Just like it makes it a lot faster to type and reminds you kind of how things are spelled and stuff like that. But this basically just kind of pings this system computer here that basically goes through and checks with the storage system to see what we got in there. Next, obviously crafting goes along with this. So if I want to craft, just for instance, some oak planks, and I want to craft 2 sets of them, then it's going to load, and then crafting is completed. It made 8 oak planks because that's what happens when you craft it twice, and they end up right here in this chest. Oh yeah, it made me so happy when it finally started working. But say I want to craft something like a chest. Just bank one of them. I haven't put the recipe in for a chest yet. So that's where this recipes tab comes in. And basically I'm able to name the recipe Minecraft chest. And then I can basically go through, and you see this little grid down here that kind of allows me to visualize where the slots are. But I can go through, and then when I get to the 5, which is the one that we want to skip, I just hit enter, and it's empty. And then we fill out the rest of them. It's pretty easy because it has autofills, and the oak planks is the first thing. And then when I hit enter, then it's all good and saved. See, it says made Minecraft chest recipe. There is a little bit of a bug right here that I haven't fixed yet, just because when the console has 2 lines twice in a row, then it kind of pushes everything up one, but that's easily fixed. Next is the queue. There are no items in the queue. I just made this so that if there's an overflow of commands, if it's kind of backed up, then it's going to allow me to put in several of them and not have to worry about waiting for them to finish. But we made it super efficient, so it doesn't really ever need to wait at all. So I'm just that good. And then here, obviously, we have the cake button, self-explanatory. This is the turtle control, which actually I made a second turtle that goes right up here, or at least that's where I put it. And I'm able to, if you can kind of see, here, I'll go sleep real quick so that you can see it a little better. So with this turtle control page right here, what I've done is I've basically made a remote control for this turtle, and I can make it go in any direction I want. And it's actually like really neat. And then here I have the pull and push buttons so that if I need to, if I'm away from home and I need to grab something from, say, the charcoal boxes over here. These are all full of charcoal. If I ran out of power and the farms aren't working because there's no charcoal in this box here, I can refill it remotely. It allows me to move items around and stuff like that. So that honestly is really nice. The only issue is it's really hard to see where it is. So you kind of have to go back and forth between looking at it and controlling it. But it's not a big deal. And while I'm away from home, I can use this remote lens guy that will kind of be able to let me see where the turtle is and where I need to go. It just takes some flipping back and forth. And lastly, this is our chat box here, which allows us to talk to Jarvis through the chat. So if I say, "Hello, Jarvis," then it responds with, "Greetings, Homo Stevian." Oh my goodness, Jarvis is really funny. Wow. But I'm also able to just do the other kind of basic commands. Jarvis, check for Minecraft : stick. And it'll just kind of return that the same way that the phone works or the pocket computer. And I'm also able to craft things. Jarvis craft 1 Minecraft oak planks, just like that. And it takes a second, but then they're all in here. And if I say something that doesn't really fit, like Jarvis do the boogie, then I'm sorry, I don't recognize your command. So it's kind of smart, honestly. I did have to kind of program each of those commands in there, which was a lot of work, but it kind of all worked out, and it's pretty succinct, if that makes any sense. So I'm really happy with how this works. I think that we should go do a test from 10,000 blocks away. All right, so obviously I'm not 10,000 blocks away, but I did go far enough where the chunks are unloaded from our home. And so if I go ahead and, whoa. All right, that worked. Spawn in our little guy here. He can turn on the chunks and then go back to his little hole here. And so now if I go ahead and do an inventory check for, say, something like diamond, it says we don't have any. Apparently we're broke. Okay, let me try diamond. Yeah, see, we have 5 diamond blocks. Oh, I think we might have put all the diamonds in a separate chest. I forgot about that. But let's go ahead and add a recipe. Let's just do Minecraft : bucket. Is that what it's called? If ever I'm not sure, I can just go over here and type bucket, and then it'll show me. Yeah, Minecraft : bucket. So there we go. We made a Minecraft bucket recipe. And lastly, let's just do a little bit of controlling of the turtle here, just as a final test. And we'll just use this guy. I can jump up here and take a look at the turtle, and then go back. And I know he's pointed in the wrong direction, so I can come this way quite a few and come down, and boom, and there he is. He's right here. That was honestly not bad to control, and I can actually jump up on top of this guy, so you can carry him off. Well, at this point, I am really happy with this whole program. I'm not sure it's like gonna become sentient and try to kill me level of AI, but it's pretty smart. I'm not sure I want to code for a while. I mean, I've fixed enough bugs for a lifetime. But it's done. And so's this series. After murdering like 54 super annoying flooders, after mining exactly 1,200 grass blocks, and playing for 8.66 days, my wife and I are finally ending this Minecraft create mod world. Now, this is not at all because we got bored or because we ran out of stuff to do. There's plenty of other things that I have ideas for, or things that we could do. I mean, there's plenty of stuff that we just never got around to, honestly. There's a lot of stuff that we're proud of as far as just making stuff that's cool. And all those things came with their own mistakes. But I got good at hiding the lag. The lag problems never really went away. My wife would play on here indefinitely if the game didn't keep kicking her out, honestly. A poor server computer was trying its best, especially trying to load, if my wife and I were in different places, to load so many chunks at the same time. Man, that plane episode when we were flying around, that was really rough. I mean, we're running out of space in our gallery anyways, so it's not, I mean, it had to come to an end eventually. Because of this series, I have learned so much about editing videos and about the YouTube biz. I mean, one of the things I learned, I really gotta write stuff down. Even when I think of it in the middle of the night, I gotta write it down because there's so many ideas and cool things that could have or would have been if I hadn't have forgotten about them when I woke up in the morning. No, I didn't have any Minecraft dreams. That's weird. That's excessive. What? You're weird. Shut up. Going forward with this channel, I do want to kind of be more community focused. I mean, I've kind of been stuck in this series with my wife, which, you know, it's been a lot of fun and it's been good, but it's just me and her. I want to do more videos with friends. I want to be more involved with you guys and with the community. So I'll definitely do this again. I'll definitely make another Create Mod server because I love this stuff. I love the mechanical side of things. Maybe next time I'll invite more people and have a whole SMP or something like that. And I'll actually buy a server or rent a server that will actually be able to handle all of this stuff. But honestly, I will never forget the memories that my wife and I made here. The upside down sheep, Shrimp Rock, our power plant mascot. If no one else watched these videos ever, I still would be so excited to come back 10 years from now and remember all this fun that we had. If I wanted to be cheesy, I could just be like, all good things come to an end, which they do. If you're new to this channel, if you want, I recommend you watch my channel trailer because that kind of explains what I'm all about and what to expect from my channel. And while my graphics card was getting repaired, I had plenty of time to put together a Discord server that I'd love for you to join. I want to get to know some of you guys, and if you're into that kind of thing, come hang out. But for now, this is goodbye to this Minecraft world. Thanks for all the memories. And thank you guys so much just for watching and for encouraging me in the comments and things, and I just really appreciate that. And I really hope, sincerely, that you have a great day. Or night, whatever time it is for you.